Color TV, RCA Victor Color TV. I know what I've been missing now. Wow! I saw Color TV. Gosh! The color is true. Her hair so red, her eyes so blue. It's just as though she's there with you. Gosh! The color is true. And now is the time for you to get an RCA Victor color set. Easy to tune as it can be. And great for black and white TV. Wow! I bought Color TV. Dependable, natural color TV. In our home there's color now. Wow! We own Color TV. Wow!
We'll see all the color shows now.
RCA, the most trusted name in television.
Round one, fight!
What's up, guys? Welcome to Tournament Fights Tournament Fights versus, I should say, number 22 as far as versus go. And this is myself, Jordan, the movie hero Anderson, versus Zack Shelton on a battle of our favorite TV shows. But the whole point of it is to just kind of showcase some shows we love, give you all some recommendations of stuff we love, and you might want to check out sometime and see what everyone else thinks about our favorite shows. So it'll be fun. And spoiler alert, all of my shows are in colored. Sorry, there's no black and white stuff on there. But I did grow up at one point in the late 80s where we had a RCA TV with one of those little knobs before they had remote controls, or maybe they had them, but we didn't have one for this particular TV, and we had to go and like turn the knobs. But at one point, the knob for the volume broke off, and you had to stick your pinky in there and twist it, or like a pencil in there or something. So that was fun. I remember that TV. But anyways, this should be a fun time. I haven't seen what's on Zach's list, nor has he seen what's on my list. So I'm curious to see what's going to be on each other's lists. But yeah, let's go ahead and bring in our panel for tonight. We'll start with my co-host, Austin Pez Howell.
Yeah, I'll have a black and white show on my list when we get to mine. It was one of the same as JPO, Twilight Zone, one of the greatest shows of all time. Yeah, nice. And that's in black and white. Good stuff. And Malcolm, I know that intro seems kind of familiar. Right?
Yeah, and also once we get to a 64, because I think it's fun to do like a versus first and then that 64. Twilight Zone might make my 64 because I really do like Twilight Zone. It's just not quite in my 32, But and also. Some people might get the reference of my screen name here. It's a reference to a famous episode, and my favorite episode of any TV show. And when we get there, I'll tell you what it is. But yeah, so but we'll go ahead and bring in the rest of our crew. We have Richie Goodacre.
What's up? I was looking forward to voting for a black and white. Damn it, I wanted to vote for the Honeymooners.
There's still time for mine. I do like the Honeymooners, but it's been a while since I watched it.
No. I've only seen like a couple of episodes. But yeah, do you reckon if I could buy what was it, RC Victor Color TV? But do you reckon they'll look a bit weird?
I think if you go to enough like old thrift stores, somebody might have one in like the back of the store somewhere. One of those panel console TVs. Yeah, I'm sure you can find some in somebody's garage somewhere that's been sitting there for a while.
Yeah, we do sell them in 1986. Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Yeah, we had ours on a little faux fake wood rolling tray thing. So if you had an extension cord while you're having dinner, you could roll it in and watch it while you're eating dinner or something. So we did that. That was interesting. But this was a little minor goof. But I should have brought in my other competitor first. But it's all good. We'll bring in Zack Shelton. Mm-hmm. What's up, Zach?
I'm good. Just looking forward to talking about our favorite shows.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's definitely going to be a unique episode. That's all I'm going to say.
I will say this is a bracket unlike no other. I can guarantee you that. So there should be some unique matchups we've never had before. I'll say that.
Yeah, I've heard that there's some very unique stuff. I didn't want to know everything that's on it, but just some very like interesting stuff. But and then we also have Jordan Owens, JPO. What's up?
You know why Richie loves the honeymooners? Because he endorses spousal abuse. That's what that show's all about. A man going to beat his wife.
To the moon, Alice! To the moon!
Right in the kisser. Anyway,
that's why I left off.
That's right.
Off a show that might make my 64, but not quite this one. Married with children. That's kind of like verbal abuse, sort of. But there's no like physical. He never lays a hand on Peggy, but he does have some words for her. Yeah, but and then last but certainly not least, we have Brian Nussbaum.
Hey, I know your favorite episode of the TV show was Bond, so and then there's Bond, so
and then there's
yeah, right, right.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this bracket, seeing what weird matchups will happen. Only on tournament fights.
Yes,
that's right.
Only on tournament fights. That's right.
Awesome, but I'm looking forward to talking more TV because I remember watching JPO you versus Malcolm, like your TV show episode was a lot of fun. I was in the Bahamas, but I tuned in and listened to the whole thing.
You were? I hadn't heard about that.
The resort. Yeah. Well, that's just where I happened to be. So, but but Austin, you want to break it down and let everyone know how it's going to work?
Yeah. So both these gentlemen, Jordan and Zach, both sent me their lists and with a few alternates as well in case there was some crossover. I will say there was only 2 crossovers, so I only had to make 2 substitutions. So pretty unique list from both of these guys. I'll point out the 2 crossovers when we get there. But yeah, I jumbled them all up, threw them in the wheel, tossed them in a random bracket here. So not all of the matches will be Jordan versus Zach. There could be Zach versus Zach, Jordan versus Jordan, etc. And we'll just go up and down the ladder. But you get a chance to chime in. Try to keep it fairly brief. Other than I know Jordan and Zach will probably, give the quick pitches on each of their things, especially Zach. Not to spoil anything, but he might have to give some quick pitches on his. But hey, you never know. He could win somebody over, the people haven't seen, and maybe see what happens here. But yeah, we'll go up and down. Everybody gets a chance to chime in, and we'll see which one of these 2 guys come out on top. And who wins this thing overall. So I don't know what'll happen. It could be an interesting episode. So what do you say we get this thing going and see what we got? And I'll try to point out who's as we get to them. But yeah, here we go. So let's scroll on over and we will start with Aerial America and Face Off. And these are 2 Zach picks.
Okay, I was gonna say.
Oh, there we go.
I don't know what these
I've
are.
heard of one of these shows. But why don't we we'll go ahead and let Zach start and give kind of the quick pitch on each of these, and then we'll vote. What do you say? We'll kind of do it that way for these first episodes, and then let everybody chime in. So, Zach, give us the 30-second pitch on each of them, and
okay.
Let us know.
So Aerial America is where each episode they highlight a different state, and they do aerial views of different places in the state, and while doing that, you get to learn the history of what happened at that certain place, and you are just given so much different information with those different places. And then with Face Off, it's more of a competition show featuring special effects makeup, and every week is a different. Every week is a different theme, and it's basically just who can create the greatest creations.
Okay. Well, Zach, why don't you just go ahead and vote for either one since you just gave us the pitch, and then I'll go up and down with everybody else. What are you voting for out of your own? Your own 2 here.
So, this is a close-up matchup for me. I'm going to go with Face Off just because of the uniqueness of it and just how with the theme, what the different parameters that people can go off of and what kind of creativity they have.
Okay. Brian, we'll start with you.
Brian.
What you got?
Yeah, I haven't seen either one of these, but based on the pitch, I'll go with Face Off.
Okay.
Yeah. JPO.
What do you think?
Yeah, sometimes it's a mixed bag. Like, that Rush Hour TV show wasn't very good, but I did like the Lethal Weapon TV show. So I think the Face Off spinoff might be pretty good. I know it's a Golden Cage are back, but it's the one I'd probably see more of. So Face Off.
Yeah. Sounds good. And Richie. Yeah.
I knew if there was someone on this panel that was going to steal my joke, it was.
That was lower than you today.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. So, I mean, Aerial America sounds interesting. I do have like a sort of like there's a guilty pleasure for those reality competition shows. That's sort of like if I'm bored on a Sunday, I'll give one a watch. And I have thought about watching Face Off here and there, and I'm scrolling. So, and it does sound interesting. So I'll go Face Off.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And Austin,
I've actually seen a little bit of Face Off, just kind of browsing around on cable because they do a lot of horror related stuff. They'll do make little monsters or make up for like a little horror shorts or something like that. And some of those people from the show have been at different horror conventions that I've been to, so I'm a little more familiar with that one. So I'll go with Face Off.
Yeah, and before I get into my vote, I got to do it as always. I always got one of these drinks.
Oh, another one, Jordan. Yeah. Come on.
This one you guys might appreciate because it's for the wrestling fans here. It's a WWE related drink that's a C4 berry powerbomb that I found.
Berry powerbomb?
Yeah.
For once I do kind of
powerbomb.
Okay.
There you go. So
then now we power together.
So I'll give you the verdict on the next round, and I'll just show you the pour. It comes out like a little pink kind of like berry.
I thought you for a second you said wrestling related. You found some woo energy somewhere, some Ric Flair.
Man, you need a
No, but I was almost attempted to just like power it. I chug it like Stone Cold, but I was like,
You did it.
But right. I'm not that tough to like break it on my head, but for this matchup, Aerial America just sounds like the kind of show that like slowly lulls me to sleep kind of thing. I'll just put on if I'm taking a nap or something. But I mean, it's kind of interesting. But and Face Off, I've seen a few clips. I thought maybe it was on Sci-Fi.
It was on Sci-Fi for a little while.
Yeah, and I remember some cool like makeup and effects coming out of it. So I'll go Face Off.
Okay, clean sweep for Face Off there. Hey, you won that one, Zach. Good job.
great job.
All right, got Friday Night Lights versus Breaking Bad.
Are you kidding me?
Nope, that's the way it came up. No, that's the way it came up in the wheel. Friday Night Lights was one of the two crossovers, so both Zach and Jordan had it on there, and I think most people know what it is. It's the high school football, show in Texas, and I think everybody knows what Breaking Bad is. So I don't think we need to do the 30-second pitches on this one. I think everybody's pretty familiar with these two, pretty mainstream. So we'll start with JPO.
Just fun side fact, I had to fact check this for you, Pez. Aquafina will about to be in her 9th animated movie in less than 8 years. So more than about one a year she is in it, plus 3 TV shows that she has lent her voice in.
Wow.
So as for this round, no, I'm sorry, I just want to look it up. I like the movie, actually a pretty decent amount of Friday Night Lights. I went to it years later, so maybe one day I'll do the show, but I haven't before. While Breaking Bad literally might be, it's for sure in the top 5 of all time for me, if not number 1. So yeah, Breaking Bad's gonna be a heavy favorite for me here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Zach, what do you say?
So this is going to be pretty easy for me. I'm going with Friday Night Lights because of the characters and how like deep you get into the connections of the characters to each other, but also with the characters and the town and football.
And also because you haven't seen Breaking Bad.
Yeah, right. They play a lot of football, right?
Let's be honest.
But Richie, what do you say?
I'll just quickly say that I think Aquafina's in so many animated films at this point. I think she just pays rent at her voice booth, at an animated booth. She probably just sleeps there. Just like, let me know when I get the next script piles in. Anyway, that was worth it, sure. Shut up. Anyway. Shut up. I'm saying I do this for a living. Anyway, Friday Night Lights is decent. I I don't mind it, but yeah, I might be showing my hand here for the rest of the show here. But yeah, Breaking Bad is one of my favorite shows of all time. So it's really no competition. But yeah, Breaking Bad.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Austin.
Yeah, I've only seen the movie of Friday Night Lights. I've not dug into the TV show. And yeah, maybe a spoiler alert for my episode. Breaking Bad will probably be on mine as well. So Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And just a little score for the drink here is like it's not that good. It's kind of like one of the worst C4s I've had, but
it's gonna power bomb the ratings.
It's not.
No,
don't do
it's not terrible, but also give it a 6 out of 10. Like, it's not like so it's good, but not that good. If that makes sense. Like it's okay. So yeah, but.
I feel like you went nice with that. I feel like you want to give it a 4 or 5.
Yeah, you want to.
No, like it's actually decent, you know. But yeah, this is a really tough one. Both these are in my top 5 shows of all time. Like I've seen them all the way through. I've seen Breaking Bad all the way through 3 times, probably like 4 times for Friday Night Lights because it came out before. And yeah, and Friday Night Lights, like it's just so good. Coach Taylor is just freaking one of the all-time greatest characters in any TV show. And then just like all the cast of characters from like Tim Riggins, played by Taylor Kitsch, or Landry Clark by Jesse Plemons, Matt Sayerson is Zach Gilford, or like Jason Street, Scott Porter, like all those guys, even Smash Williams. There's a lot of just like awesome character, and even Michael B. And Jordan making an appearance in like season 4 or something like that. And for the movie, I've actually been to all the filming locations because I lived down in Texas for a couple of years, and I went to the like high school for the movie stuff, but not for the TV show. But they were filmed close to each other though. But Breaking Bad though, it's just an all timer. Like it's just like just blows your mind some of the things that they're doing on some of these episodes. And Aaron Paul, he's from Idaho. He went to my rival high school, Centennial. I've met him. I got pictures with him, and with Chris Scott, he got his Heisenberg hat signed by him, and so he'll come to Idaho and do these cool little treasure hunts, like and like be all over social media and like give clues to different treasure hunts, and you can meet him and win a chance to like hang out with him.
Treasure hunts myth. So, you're like,
yeah, yeah, but
yeah, bitch.
And then also one of the episodes that just blows me away. I won't get like I'll just mention it briefly. What it's about is when they have to like hijack this on this train to like steal some methylamine from the train as it's moving, and that like is one of the all-time best episodes of anything I've ever seen. Like it blew my mind. My jaw was like pretty much like this the whole episode. I was like what I was seeing, and like people probably would have like thought it was like weird if they came in. And then as soon as the episode was over, I immediately restarted it and watched it again. So I'm gonna go Breaking Bad. I think it just is that good. So yeah. But Brian.
Yeah, how is he follows either, but Scrubba gets a big Jordan dog and Breaking Bad, so Breaking Bad gets a vote.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right. There goes Friday Night Lights.
And I will say that it is my number 5 show of all time.
Okay.
All
right. We got The Librarians, and we've got The Bear, which is a fairly recent one. Winning awards right now for Jeremy Allen White. Yeah.
I can remember.
Yeah.
So my vote is going to The Librarians. I haven't seen The Bear, so you can obviously tell which one is mine. But The Librarians is it's entertaining, and you get all these interesting characters played by like Noah Weil and Rebecca Romaine, and trying to they go on adventures with different like artifacts, and it has action and adventure. So with all of that, I'm going to go with The Librarians.
Mm-hmm.
It seems safe to say that you're kind of into like science and art and nature and
history, stuff,
like history too. Yeah, like all of that. Yeah,
mm-hmm.
But yeah, which is cool. Yeah, but Richie.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I didn't know what The Librarians was. There is an Australian show called The Librarians as well, but it's like a comedy TV show, and I assumed it wasn't that. But yeah, and The Bear, It's one I've wanting to get into. It's on Disney Plus here. I haven't been able to, and I don't. That's one of the streaming services I don't have, but I got a way to access it, so I'll get around to it. And I like AO Debris. There you go.
Yeah.
And I like the cast, and yeah, it's good. And she did good on Saturday Night Live, so I'll check it out for sure. So I'll go the Bear.
Mm-hmm.
How did she get the hosting job before Jeremy Allen White? That's what
I don't know. Maybe she was available. He wasn't.
Yeah, right. Yeah, could have been, but Austin.
Way more comedic. Jeremy Allen White's pretty straight actor. So
yeah.
Like she started doing stand up. She was a stand up comedian before anything.
Oh, okay.
So.
She's funny, so she got that funny gig.
I didn't know that. I just haven't. I've only seen her in that one comedy, but that's.
Don't worry, we'll see Jeremy Allen White like guest host Raw soon or something. You know, I don't know.
Yeah, right.
From WrestleMania.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I've actually seen one or two of those librarian like TV movies that they did. This is a spinoff of that, right? Like those.
I think it's actually the opposite. I think they are.
Oh, okay, got it. Well, whatever. I've seen a couple of those TV movies that they did because it's very like Indiana Jones sort of tone to it. They were okay. But yeah, the Bear has been on my watch list for a little while. I'm probably more likely to go and watch the Bear. So I'll look for the Bear.
Yeah. I don't know if I've ever seen the Librarians. I've seen ads for it, or like I've seen been flipping through and it's on TNT for a second, but I never really like watched it all. But the Bear, yeah, the Bear rules. Like it's one that's like a pretty recent one that I'm pretty new to, so it just kind of squeaked in there, like near the bottom of my list. But I'm sure over time it's gonna move up higher and higher. I won't mention like too many people that are in it, but there's a few I want to shout out because there's a lot of kind of like cameos and like guest stars. I don't want to spoil for people, but like yeah, Ao like Edabira, she's great. Maddie Nathanson, he's really awesome. And then the Eben Moss Bacharach, I think
he's going to be the
Ebon. Yeah.
In the Fantastic Four.
Yeah, he's going to be the Thing. So, and then also Abby Elliott, like she's pretty good in it too.
And John Bernthal's in it, right?
Yeah. John Bernthal pops up in a few episodes, so which he's awesome. I've met him. He's a really cool guy. But so yeah, and just like the like acting, like for the Bear for me, what like pulls over the top of the performances. Like it's not anything like as far as like the like storyline that just blows me away, but it's the performances are like some of the most incredible performances I've ever seen. So it's a real credit to the actors, but also the director to be able to get those performances out of them. So yeah, I'll go with the Bear. But Brian, what do you say?
Yeah, I haven't seen either one of these, but which one am I tempted to watch first? The Bear.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right, and JPO.
I did my toe on both of these. I think I watched a couple different Librarian episodes when it was like just on a marathon, so I kind of had it on the background. I liked what I saw, and shout out to the guy on the far right, Christian Kane, one of my favorite TV actors from Leverage and Angel. So I've always thought about maybe going back. I like that dude a lot. But yeah, the Bear. Well, it's something I do need to go back to. I've only saw the first couple. There's really no reason I haven't gone back other than just life. So yeah, the Bear is probably one I'll go back to more. Plus, if I was gay, I'd be a bear. So Bear.
Mm-hmm. and also, I'll say that the finale for
my number 4 show.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and the finale from season 1 like made me tear up a little bit. It's like really cool. Like in a
I'd be a cub.
Got Scooby Doo, Where Are You, which is a Zach pick, and The Legend of Vox Machina,
which is also his pick.
Yeah, which is another one of his picks as well. So maybe we'll do what we did a minute ago. Zach, give us the
what's Scooby Doo?
Yeah, well, yeah, we know what Scooby Doo is.
Box,
yeah. Explain the Vox Machina one. I didn't know what that was when I looked it up. So give us the quick pitch, and then go ahead. You can go and vote after you do that. That's fine.
Yeah. So Legend of Vox Machina basically is based around a campaign in like Dungeons and Dragons. So it's based off a YouTube campaign that they did, and it took I think years to do. And this is basically the animated version of that campaign, and it to me is like the most adult animated show that I enjoy because it's very violent and there's a lot of swearing and sexual nature, but it's also just so entertaining with the action and adventure involved with it. And because of that, that's the one I'm going with.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm going to go to Richie.
Go to Richie, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that description sounds interesting, and maybe I'll give it a watch, but I don't know, man. Scooby-Doo is just, well, it's a classic. I like Scooby-Doo. Are you? Yeah, it's the ultimate. I feel like, ultimate, ultimate, like, your kids' cartoon, but also ultimate stoner cartoon. I like, and I've always liked mysteries, mystery shows. I feel like, I feel like this was a stoner cartoon before SpongeBob came in. I was like, yeah, this was a stoner cartoon. No, Scooby-Doo was a stoner cartoon before that. And I think it's great. There's a reason why it says a lot of, I love Scooby-Doo to pieces. So Scooby-Doo.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Austin.
I always found Scooby-Doo kind of corny and cheesy. That was never really my bag, even as a kid. Because I was always like, it's always the guy who they just met at the beginning every single time, isn't it? You mean it was the only other character in the show ends up being the person that's running the insurance scam?
Schmitty Werbenman Jenkins.
So not much of a mystery there, but all right. It didn't do a lot for me even when I watched it as a kid. Even the movies don't do much for me, so I'll go with the Vox Machina one. That sounds all right.
Yeah. For me, I kind of compare Scooby-Doo to like Looney Tunes, as in you can just put it on and it's always reliable, but it's also kind of like very cookie cutter. It's like if you've seen one, you've seen them all almost. There's a few unique ones, but especially when they go on an adventure with the Harlem Globetrotters, I always like those ones. But like the Legend of Vox Machina sounds pretty cool and pretty interesting, and it's something that I'd be interested to check out sometime. So I'll go with the Legend of Vox Machina. Yeah. All right. Brian.
I'm going with Scooby-Doo on this one. It's a classic span-based other show, the Scooby-Doo, where Scooby-Doo. Scooby-Doo gets two great cameo appearances, and plus they even met the voice of Scooby-Doo himself, Frank Welker, so Scooby-Doo, where you get your vote.
Okay. Nice.
Ryan.
Oh. Yeah. Ruh-roh. JPO.
I like the story behind Vox Machina, but that's not kind of the genre I go to, or this kind of animation style I go to often here. So I'll go with the one that I've seen, a bunch of, Scooby-Doo. Well, I would have preferred a pup named Scooby-Doo. That's more up my alley.
Okay. Jokes all the time. All right, we'll have our first tie of the night, and we start at the bottom, work our way up on the tiebreaker. So, Brian.
Go, Aggie. Scooby-Doo gets the vote.
Okay. All right. Scooby-Doo moves on.
Ruby. All
right. We got.
That's another top 10 off my list. That was number 10.
Okay.
Also, Friday Night Lights was number 9 on my list. It wasn't in my top 5.
We have Man vs. Wild with the narrator star of Arthur the King, Bear Grylls, and in theaters now.
Wait, really?
And Heroes. Yeah, he does an obviously ADR'd way after the movie was done narration on Arthur the King, where it's literally like it sounds in the trailer, where it's just like, and team number 3 moves into the lead. Cut. and they enter the most treacherous part of the race now. Cut. It's very wooden and bad.
80 like that doesn't. I mean, we haven't perfected it yet. Madam Web should tell you that.
He doesn't even show up on camera, which is like if he showed up on camera at the end, it'd be fine. But he doesn't even show up, and he still gets billed. It's weird. Having said that, I'm up first, and I watched the first season of Heroes. Didn't watch the second season. That was a long time ago when it first came out. Man vs. Wild is okay. I don't like how fake it is, though. That's always bugged me. Survivor Man is way more real, as far as a similar thing. Because I've seen clips that have gone viral where people will go where he went and be like, no, the road's right over there. You could just walk to the road. And it's weird. But even that, it's a little more entertaining for me. So I'll go Man vs. Wild despite that.
Yeah, so these are both mine, and Man vs. Wild, I'm just a big Bear Grylls fan because he shows you how he would survive in certain situations. Not to say it's really all real, but he kind of shows you like what he would do, and he does some cool stuff, at least like rappelling down waterfalls and all. I don't know, just like big like rock like caverns and caves and different things, So that's cool. And he was in the special forces in the army, and like it's always cool seeing him like backflip out of a helicopter into water and that kind of stuff. But yeah, Heroes was a show that like I really like. What's the right word? It just really hit with me. Like it just like it's like these everyday people, and they just like an eclipse happens, and then they get all these superpowers, and it's. I would even say that the first season of Heroes might be one of the greatest seasons of TV ever made. It's just like so well written, so well done, just like everything about it. And the second season's pretty dang good too. It's not quite as good. Third one goes off the rails. It's kind of like not that good. I still like it personally, and like, but I like it so much that like when the show ended, I like made a whole campaign. I went on to like a bunch of different social media pages, and I made these bring back Heroes pages and tried to petition people to join and to like sign up and like try to get signatures to like try to bring it back, and they did bring it back for one season, and it was horrible. It was even worse than what.
So it's Heroes Reborn. Heroes.
Yeah. Heroes Reborn.
Heroes Reborn was your fault.
Maybe, but well, even Zach Levi couldn't save it. But also to this day, I can't see Zachary Quinto as like any other character. He'll always be Siler to me, the guy that cuts open people's heads and like takes their brains out and steals their powers and stuff. It's just, and I've met Greg Grunberg at a convention. I got a picture of him trying to read my mind, like on a hero. My favorite character was definitely Peter Petrelli, played by Milo Ventimiglia, and then it's where I like first had a crush on Hayden Panettiere. She was great in it too. Just a lot of really cool, awesome characters, and they go on like a cool journey. So I'll go Heroes. Brian, what do you say?
Save the cheerleader, save the world.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go here on this one. Love the characters. My favorite character is always Matsuoka's character.
He's awesome.
Yeah, it has some great moments there, some good characters. So
Hiro Nakamura. Yeah. JPO.
I was actually just watching some Man vs. Wild, but not the TV show. There's a playthrough of the video game that came out a couple years ago, where yes, you too.
I didn't even know that.
There is. It's a Man vs. Wild video game where yes, you too can drink your own pee via the video game. That's an actual feature. So yeah, that was a lot of fun, and I'm sure the show's pretty good too. But yeah, no, I'm kind of with you on Heroes, man. I was a huge Heroes fan during those first couple of seasons here, and yeah, it kind of peters off. I don't think I even finished that Reborn season, but yeah, I think we're talking kind of like the original. Like, first few seasons are pretty damn fantastic. I remember kind of falling in love with the entire cast here. I kind of thought everyone was about to be stars. I was like, man, that Greg Grunberg is about to fucking pop huge.
Yeah, right.
Not so much. It's like Matsuoka is about to be a star.
Yeah.
And maybe not. Maybe Milo's finally working a little bit more, and does some stuff. But yeah, but no, still, yeah, like I said, the highs are pretty high here. It's kind of like the X-Men show I kind of always wanted to a degree. So I'll go Heroes.
Yeah, well, they do have You versus Wild. If you go into YouTube, it's like a choose your own adventure. Like, what do you want to see him do? You want to see him go into the cave?
Or Netflix.
Oh yeah, sorry, that's what I meant to say. Netflix, but like you wanted to see him go in the cave or see him go down the waterfall, or what do you want to see him do?
Choose your own adventure.
Yeah, yeah, it's kind of cool. It's like interactive, but
it's like that Undertaker movie, JPO.
Yeah.
New Day. With the New Day.
The Black Mirror, Kimmy Schmidt. I want more of that.
Yeah.
I like it. I
like it. The Black Mirror stuff. Yeah, I've seen that. The
I will say that Undertaker movie is not bad though.
It's not great, but it's
not great. It's corny, but it's interesting.
It's corny as shit. But yeah, I enjoyed it, and I really like Bandersnatch. I played the Bandersnatch a couple times.
Yeah, same here. But Zach, what do you say here?
So I haven't seen either, but Heroes has been on my watch list for longer, so I'm gonna go with Heroes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I remember like during the Super Bowl they had ads for Heroes Reborn one year, and like I was with my whole family, and I was the only one freaking out when the commercial came on. Everyone's like, whatever. but Richie.
Man vs. Wild reminds me of an old Ronnie Chang bit where it's just like, if you're at a point where you have to drink your own piss or get nutrients out of elephant shit, Wild is one. Yeah, man hasn't won that. Wild, but yeah, I mean, I haven't watched much of Man vs. Wild. I sort of agree with what Piers says. I watched some of it and it does seem fake, and then it reminds me of like when you see like seasons of Survivor, it's like, oh, how are we going to survive in this wilderness? And it's like, well, people live here, so I mean,
yeah. Well, even does somewhere we're just walking through old burned out warehouses. How do you survive in that? It's like, okay.
But yeah, and I'm sort of with the majority here on Heroes. The first season was great, and then I think it kind of diminishing returns after that. It sort of just it fell off a cliff for me here. But yeah, it's good that it's sort of become this cult classic. I think sometimes you just gotta leave well enough alone. They were good for their time, but we haven't learned anything from that because every new announcement for a TV show is a reboot or something. They're just rebooting Baywatch apparently. I heard recently.
Really?
So
it wasn't bad enough. Oh gosh.
I'm just waiting for this show to get canceled, and I'm going to reboot it myself. Tournament Fights Reborn.
Yeah, Tournament Fights Reborn.
JPO and Pez.
RJ Mitty will play me.
Yeah.
Hey. There you go. See, I knew I'd get a joke that would work. Anyway, I'll go Heroes, and yeah, that Man vs. Wild interaction game should be like it should be R because I want I don't like it that he always makes it. I wanted to be in peril. I wanted to be in really dangerous situations where he doesn't know if he's gonna make it.
You can kill him in the game. Like he does die, but not in.
Oh fuck yeah! I'm gonna play the game.
Yeah.
All right. Going down to speaking of Looney Tunes, there's Looney Tunes, and holy moly, which oddly enough, holy moly has been on Tournament Fights before when we did our top 60 when we did our top 64 game show episode, Jordan, early in Tournament Fights. Do you remember? Yeah. Because you advocated for it hard to be in
for
Tournament Fights.
Yes. For a game show, I think it's pretty awesome, but I'm not going to put it in my favorite.
Can you do a redux for the game show one? Because I love game shows. Anyway,
we did that with Jen Kemp was on that show. Yeah, we did that way back in the day. Yeah, so so Holy Moly is the mini golf game show, and Looney Tunes is Looney Tunes. I think everybody knows what that is. So, Jordan,
Looney Tunes is a classic. I think it probably deserves to win here, but like Holy Moly's great. I mean, one of the hosts, Rob Riggle. I can't remember who the other host is, but I remember Rob.
Joe Tessitore.
Wait, who is it?
Joe Tessitore.
Oh, I don't know who that is, but just like giant. It's like miniature golf meets Wipeout kind of thing. Like sort of that in it, and I think it'd be really fun to be on. It's like kind of one of those things for me that's like more fun to do it than to watch it, so kind of like a lot of sports for me, but even though I do like watching certain sports, but so I'm gonna go with Looney Tunes. I'm a big fan of Looney Tunes, and probably my favorite. Like I was really looking for that Wile E. Coyote movie because Wile E. Coyote is probably my favorite Looney Tunes. So, but I'm never gonna see it. So I think it's bullshit. But
I really
I'll go Looney Tunes.
That shit and gets it out.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, but Brian.
Yeah, first off, release Coyote vs. Acme needs to happen. First matchup, Holy Moly is fun, but Looney Tunes is a classic. You have lots of great characters there. Ryan Coyote, Daffy Duck, Sylvester, all voiced by the King Mel Blanc. Looney Tunes is easy to rewatch, so Looney Tunes.
Yeah, Mel Blanc, and then Eric Bauza, like he does it in the modern times, and like he's great too. So
even Billy West does some too.
Yeah, but JPO, you say?
Yeah, I was surprised to see it here, but yeah, I've seen several episodes of Holy Moly myself here. It's a very easy kind of watch. You mentioned it's a mix of a little bit of Wipeout in there too, on top of just the actual hole in one golf, not the hole in one, golf. And Virgil's awesome too. Yeah, Virgil's great here. But yeah, it's against a very big heavyweight here too. There's some really, really like truly classic Looney Tunes stuff. So I definitely got to go Looney Tunes here. That's again the day one for me.
Yeah. Zach, what are you gonna go with?
So I'm going with Looney Tunes. But Holy Moly is very entertaining, especially all of the different like holes that they do have and all the things that the contestants have to go through. But like people said, Looney Tunes is a classic, and for me, my favorite is actually the kind of the face of Looney Tunes, and that's Bugs Bunny. So for me, I'm going with Looney Tunes.
Yeah. Richie, what are you going for?
Yeah, I haven't seen Holy Moly. I think we have, we do have the golf course Holy Moly or whatever, the mini place. But yeah, like I'm intrigued. I'll probably watch it on a Sunday. I did film in Australia. I knew there was some connection because Holy Moly place. I'll probably watch it. Calling it like a wipeout, but a mention of wipeout burst something is probably not a big sell for me because I find that show annoying. Especially especially the way the American one's edited. I've tried to watch that with John. With John Cena.
You say like someone doing the dishes in the background, or what?
She tried when she eats the food. She also wants to eat her bowl, which is ceramic.
She has Chad over there doing dishes. Yeah.
John Cena and Nicole Byers are annoying on Wipeout. So but that's the way it's edited. But yeah, Looney Tunes is an all-time classic. When I go to my grandmother's house, she would still have all the videotapes there because my dad watched when he was a kid, and they're all entertaining. They're all their time. Some things wouldn't hold up today, but it's fine. It's fun. If you look at it, they're still entertaining. They're fun, they're all time classics. So Looney Tunes.
And justice for Pepe Le Pew. They took him out of freaking Space Jam for no reason. I mean, they had a reason, but I thought it was kind of a lame reason. But
it would have been on screen for 3 seconds anyway.
Yeah, but Austin.
I saw a few Holy Molys when we did that game show tournament. It didn't do a lot for me. It felt very scripted. I don't know. I just didn't like it. Looney Tunes, it's an all-timer, and I even showed my my niece some Roadrunner and Coyote, and she liked it. So I mean, that shit holds up. Now it still works, and I love it. Yeah, so I'll easily go Looney Tunes. All right. We got Portlandia is what that is. Got a little cut off. That's Portlandia and High Score from Netflix. Maybe real quick. I think most people know what Portlandia is. Yeah. I mean, for the most part.
Is that Fred Armisen?
The Fred Armisen IFC show. Yeah.
Fred Armisen and then Carrie. I forget her last name, but
about like quirky Portland, Ohio kind of thing. But Zach, you want to vote and kind of give us the pitch on High Score because that was one of yours.
Yeah, so High Score is a docu-series. It's like only 6 episodes, but it goes through the history of video games, and each episode is about a different innovation or like big time in video games. Like it starts with like Space Invaders and asteroids, and then it also does like the introduction of adventure games and role-playing games, and then Sega, and then things like that. So each episode is a different point in the history of video games. And I haven't seen Portlandia, so my vote is going to go for High Score.
Okay.
Yeah.
Brian?
Yeah, I haven't seen Portlandia either, but if High Score's like toward the made us, the movie that made us, I'll go with that one. I like the format they do for that.
Yeah. JPO.
Yeah. No, I gotta go to Portlandia here. I love Fred Armisen, and this usually it's a very easy to watch, very fun sketch show here. It lasted for several years too. It kind of sounds like it would be a short shelf life, but they kept finding good stuff to come back to. And it's actually another one I didn't finish. I feel like there's another season I haven't seen, but what I have seen, I've seen several seasons, and it's all really good stuff. So I'll go Portlandia.
Yeah. Richie.
Yeah, I've only seen bits and pieces of Portlandia, like back when way back when on free to air, it would like air at like a really late time slot. So like I'd catch bits and pieces of it before I drifted off to sleep. But yeah, I need to get into it. But I think High Score is one I was meaning to watch as well because sort of up my alley. I like, obviously King of Kong, as you know, is one of my favorite documentaries to come out in the last few years. Yeah, and it's sort of I'm interested in this kind of this world. So yeah, I'll probably go High Score here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Austin.
Yeah, High Score intrigued me when I looked it up and put it in the thing here. And yeah, I like kind of classic video games and whatnot. I'm an arcade guy, and I'm more likely to watch that. I know of Portlandia, but I've never seen it, so I'll go High Score.
Yeah, so Portlandia, it's just so funny because it's like Fred Armisen, they just kind of let him loose to just do like whatever he wants to do, and it just is like so funny. Like there's a couple of the sketches that I would highly recommend. They have one that's called One More Episode, where they get hooked on watching one more episode of Battlestar Galactica at the like right when like binging became like a real thing, and like they're like one more episode, and they keep going and going, and they're like, all right, one more season, and like they end up like that starts with they're gonna go to a party, they miss the party, then they're like don't go to work the next day, and then they're sitting there for so many days and weeks that their power gets shut off, and they freak out. Like it's pretty good. And then there's also one that's called Yugo, like when you're sitting at like a four-way stop and you're like signaling for the other person to go, like no, you go, no, you go, no, you go, and it's like over and over to the point where like none of them wants to go. So he like pulls out a barbecue grill and he's like just grilling up some stuff, and like I got all day long. He's sitting in like a lounge chair. He's like, no, you go, and at the end there's something crazy that happened. I won't spoil it, but and yeah, so I'll go Portlandia, but High Score does sound intriguing. I've never seen it, but like I would be up for checking it out.
All right, High Score moves on this one, and we'll go down to the X-Files. I think everybody's familiar with the X-Files, and Silicon Valley is our next matchup. So JPO, you're up first.
Oh man, this is an interesting one because I've seen every episode of Silicon Valley, and I do have some gaps in X-Files, although I feel like I've seen a lot throughout the years. They're both right in my alley too. Maybe just because I finished it, and I do love me some geek stuff. Although I do miss CJ Miller towards the end, I'll go Silicon Valley because I've seen all of it.
Yeah, there's a podcast where like TJ Miller was talking about he was dealing with some mental things and stuff, so he had to like step out.
I got semi-canceled mental things. Yeah, it's hard
that kind of stuff.
Totally.
Yeah, but Zach, what do you say?
I'm going with X-Files just because I have been more interested in seeing the show more than Silicon Valley.
Yeah, that's fair. Richie.
Yeah, it's tough. I haven't I like Mike Judge stuff usually, but I haven't seen much of Silicon Valley as much as I maybe want to. I'll check it out because usually make a point to seek out his anything he produces. But I've seen most of X-Files, and I really enjoy it. Didn't catch the newer seasons because I saw a couple and they were enough, and they're bringing it back, aren't they? So, I think they're rebooting it again, or something's happening with it. So, but like I do have fond memories of when X-Files, when X-Files was good, it was really good, and I'll go X-Files.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Austin.
Yeah, I remember watching like 5 or 6 episodes of Silicon Valley, so I heard people talking about it. Like it was entertaining enough, but I remember like just being like, I didn't have a whole lot of motivation to keep going. But yeah, I've seen a good chunk of X-Files, and I got into it pretty hard for a little while. I think there's an episode I love that's a favorite where they cross over with cops. If you've ever seen that, it's called X-Cops, and it starts out as a cops episode, and then it turns into an X-Files episode. It's pretty awesome, and it's shot in the style of a cops episode. It's pretty great. It's one of my favorites. I go back to a lot. So if you've never seen that, check it out. But I'll go X-Files.
Yeah, so like these are both mine, and I'm a huge fan of like anything Mike Judge does. I think that he's so good, and like I became a big fan of a lot of the cast members. Thomas Middleditch, Zach Woods, is hilarious. Even Jimmy O Yang and like one of the greatest things is like the like jerk off algorithm. Might sound weird, but it's like they come up with this algorithm. What's the fastest, most efficient way to jerk off a crowded room full of people? And then they come up with like a whole formula. They're like writing it on the like whiteboard and like trying to figure it out and like freaking out over it. Like it's like pretty funny, but then it relates to some like technology that they're trying to build and like devolved into that. Yeah. So yeah, but and the X-Files, yeah, it's just so great. What I love about the X-Files is it does have a continuous story, but you don't really have to really, like, if you don't want to follow the continuous story, you don't have to. You can watch it episode by episode, and it still works. It still makes
there's
sense.
a lot of episodes that are just like a Monster of the Week kind of thing. You know?
Yeah, they do have a couple in there that are like because back when they were doing 20-something episodes a season or whatever, and it was surprisingly a show that like in the later seasons, me and my mom connected on it, and she got really into it. She's like, "You should watch this," and so it's kind of a way for us to connect. And like I don't know, like it's really tough because Silicon Valley also has really great music in there. It just fits like it has a real Office Space vibe to me. And it's Mike Judge, so that makes sense. But yeah, I mean, X-Files was just something that I discovered first and was a fan of for longer, and like they're bringing it back for more episodes, but I haven't really liked any of the revivals, so we'll see. But yeah, I'll go X-Files.
Well, apparently it's going to be a reboot, not necessarily with like Duchovny or Gillian Anderson.
Oh, really?
And also Ryan Coogler's producing it, so that's
well, that gives me some hope. So we'll see. Yeah, but Brian.
Yeah, I haven't seen the X-Files. The only thing X-Files I've seen was when they guest on The Simpsons back in early
yeah. Great Halloween episode.
Yeah, but for this matchup, I'll go with Silicon Valley. I love the chemistry with the characters, and it's Mike Judge, so Silicon Valley.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, we got X-Files going on, and we go down to Scrubs and The Righteous Gemstones.
Buy posters, both of them.
Yeah.
Zach.
So, spoiler, neither of these is my choice. So,
yes, okay.
And these are both comedies, and for me, like, it's very hard for me to get into a comedy, but I am more likely to get into Scrubs just because I've heard how good it is, and also I'm not a Danny McBride fan, so because of those reasons, I'm going with Scrubs.
That's fair. Richie, what do you say?
Yeah, I've heard good things about Righteous Gemstones. I've only caught like bits and pieces here and there. I haven't minded what I've seen, but yeah, I haven't delved into it. But I might at some point. But yeah, Scrubs I've seen plenty of. I've seen a lot of it. And I think it's very consistent. I mean, a lot of people always give grief to the last season, but it's sort of like that's you can kind of just
that season doesn't count. Yeah,
that's separate. Yeah. But I know I like all the characters here, and I may have had a crush on Sarah Chalk, who just seems to just do voice work at this point. It's great. So I'll go Scrubs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she might be in the Connors a little bit. Yeah, but Austin, what do you say?
I haven't seen either one of these, but JPO and I both on occasion play this.
Wrong.
So I'll go with Scrubs just because of that. So there you
go. Sure. Yeah. So The Righteous Gemstone for me just kind of follows the path of, like, for me, I'm a big Danny McBride fan. I think he is hilarious, and it just follows the path of like all this great HBO stuff, like Eastbound and Down, Vice Principals, and I think this one's the best one of them all. And also shout out to Edie Patterson in the show. Like, in my opinion, she is the funniest female comedian, slash actor that's working today. Like she makes me laugh so hard in the show, the way that she delivers things and the way that she just says kind of random things out of left field. And I like it because it's like a take on like the religious like televangelist, but they make it into this crazy, wacky, just comedy that just. But we also have some drama to it too, where some crazy things happen. There's like murders and there's different crazy like things that happen throughout the show, and so you're just waiting to see what's going to happen next from episode to episode. I really like Walton Goggins. I think he's great playing Baby Billy in it. And then John Goodman is like a great kind of almost like I don't know, like he's like the patriarch of the family that kind of holds everything together while like chaos is ensuing from every other character, and so it's just really good stuff. But thing is, yeah, like Scrubs, I own every single season on DVD, and I've watched it through probably like 4 times, and like that's a lot of episodes, and it's just like so much fun, so good, so well written, and like it even has some pretty heartfelt moments to it that just really work really well. So, and like it is the best thing Zach Braff's ever done. So I'll go with Scrubs. Brian, what do you say?
Yeah, I seen the much I saw. I wasn't a big fan of it. Still a Dave Morris plays the same character from the other shows he does. I'm not a big Anti-Vine fan as well, but I do enjoy Scrubs. My favorite character is probably the janitor, played by Nielsen. I love the
Dr. Jan Etor.
Yes.
Yeah.
Also, I love the guest star they get from the show. Like Michael J. Fox appears for an episode.
Yeah, the Michael J. Fox episode with the toilet, like roof toilet, is
also
awesome.
So great. It's a very deep episode, like a musical episode. You get the fancy sequence, like Prince Brian-esque episode. So Scrubs.
Yeah. JPO.
This is a good round for me. I've seen 100 of both of these shows. I've seen everything Danny McBride has done so far, and yeah, I actually agree. I think this is my favorite of his 3 so far. This last season might have been the best season of any of them. I think.
Yeah,
really this good. Last season, because I thought it also had the best kind of like heart and drama to the actual comedy as well. That I thought we found a really good balance on, and everyone's really good in it. Workaholics, Adam Devine, you mentioned Patterson, Goodman. But yeah, I am a huge Scrubs fan here. I was late to the party because I just remember being like, the hospital's depressing. I don't want to watch a show about a hospital. And I tuned into Father of the Pride, which is a John Goodman show about it was the Lions of Siegfried and Roy.
The animated one, right?
That was for 1 season. Yeah, and I had it, and I kept it on TV, and I watched a random episode of Scrubs in like season 2 or 3, and fucking fell in love with it. Went back, watched everything, had every DVD at one point. There's only 8 seasons. There's no 9th season. There's an 8th season. I say that as one of the best finales of all time. I will go to YouTube and just watch that final episode here. The way him and Cox say goodbye, his final vision of what his future could be, the Book of Love playing in the background, it nails it. It's one of the greatest finales of all time. You mentioned the guest stars. You can keep going, man. Brendan Fraser has fantastic art. Even R.I.P. Matthew Perry, Colin Farrell, John Ritter. It goes on and on. Heather Graham. Everyone's so good in this. The main cast itself. The janitor supposed to be in 1 episode from 1 or 2 scenes, end up being in every episode because that dude's so fucking good. Neil Flynn. Yeah. So yeah, Scrubs definitely gets my vote here. As much as I like Breakfast episodes.
Yeah.
I remember Sexpo exposition like a few years ago, and they were like it's like basically what it sounds like. It's Expo selling sex stuff, and they were selling a softcore porn of Scrubs.
Nice. But you should listen to Fake Doctors, Real Friends. That's a good podcast.
We got Marvel's What If, and we got
yeah,
and we got Reaper. Reaper and What If. Richie.
This is tough because I haven't seen either of these. I guess I'm like overloaded on Marvel stuff that I'm just like maybe not haven't been keeping up and maybe almost a protest. I just watch the movies. But I like the concept of What If, I guess. But yeah, and Reapers, I remember when it was on, and then it was kind of a Reaper. I'm sorry. Give me the point anyway.
No.
Let's go around the table. Should I get the point? Anyway, Reaper. I remember when it was on, and I remember it being a right little show here, a bit underrated. I mean, like, yeah, but like, yeah, I haven't really delved into it, to be honest. I mean, again, it's just one of those things where I saw bits and pieces of it. But yeah, so I need to. I don't even know where I can watch it at this point. But I'll go Reaper.
I don't know either.
DVDs.
Because Reaper I had to buy on DVD, and back in the day, searched pretty hard to find that DVD like seasons. But Austin,
haven't seen either because I don't watch a lot of television. I know you need me for co-hosting purposes, but I haven't seen a lot of TV in the last 10 or 20 years. It's been very selective, other than a few shows. So I don't know. Most of the MCU sucks right now, so I'll go Reaper.
Yeah. Well, like I'm a big advocate for Reaper. It's on my list, and it might be the only thing I've almost ever liked on the CW. I mean, Whose Line Is It Anyway is on CW, I guess, but like I don't really care. I'm not really a big CW guy, but it's got for some reason like back in the day I was a big fan of the main actor Brett Harrison. Like I really think he's great on like TV stuff. He works really well. And then there's Tyler Labine, who's like his best friend, and like he's like a
Tucson guy.
Yeah, from Sons of Tucson, from what's the horror comedy?
Tucker and Dale must have.
Yeah. Tucker and Dale. Oh yeah, but like he's like the like perfect kind of like comedic vibe that the show needs. Like it just works like so well. Like he makes me laugh pretty hard. And then you have Ray Wise in there playing the devil, and it's essentially Brett Harrison's parents. He plays this character Sam, and they sign. He was a baby. They signed a contract with the devil so his mom could live. She had cancer, and then when he turns 18, he has to become a bounty hunter for the devil, and he goes on these crazy like things to like jobs for the devil to go catch these souls, and they're all kinds of crazy souls, and they always have like a vessel that he opens like some kind of crazy chest. And he also has Rick Gonzalez, so he was on like Old School, he was on Coach Carter. Like he's a pretty good actor. Missy Peregrine. It's a pretty solid little cast, and I think the show is a lot of fun. I wish it would have gotten more seasons. It only got 2 seasons, but and like you would think maybe I'd be more of a What If fan, but I'm like, because I have a bunch of What If comics, and I love reading those. But yeah, I'm kind of the same. I'm not like huge on the MCU right now, so I might be like I'm more into it than some people, but I'm even not that crazy into it. So I gotta go Reaper. Brian, what do you think?
I have not seen Reaper. I've seen What If, so I'll go What If.
Yeah. JPO, did you vote?
Nope.
Okay.
No, heck no. I always say that because I like this. I like this round. So What If? So I wanted to really like What If because I like the concept here, but I don't know. Just between the animation, I'm not a big fan of the animation style, and it just hasn't grabbed me the way I thought it would. I don't think I even saw season 2. Big fan of Reaper here. That's another one that I too had watched it organically, and then also later on bought the DVD of season 1.
Nice.
Kevin Smith did the pilot, so I was instantly kind of hooked from the get-go because I'm a big Kevin Smith completionist, and so it's got a really fun just concept. It's very much in that CW vein of kind of it's a weekly monster battle here. They get a fun, unique item of the week. A vacuum, this, that, or the other to kind of get these demons sucked back in. Good as the devil. I love his devil. Tyler Labine is the perfect schlubby best friend. Also really good guest stars as well too. Jamie Kennedy, Patton Oswalt, Michael Ian Black's really funny. Ken Marino. So yeah, it's another show that I really kind of dug. That unfortunately never got to kind of have complete full legs. But yeah, I dug it a lot. So I'm gonna say Reaper.
Yeah, Michael Ian Black and Ken Marino. They play.
They're so good.
This gay couple, but they're so good in it. Yeah, they're great. But Zach, what do you say?
So this is an interesting matchup because I remember watching all of season 1 of Reaper, and I really enjoyed it. But when it came to season 2, it's like I think I missed when it came out because I was looking forward to seeing it, and it just like it came and went, and I then I heard about it afterwards. But I really enjoyed it when I did watch it, and I was definitely drawn to Missy Peregrine. That was but I have seen all both seasons of What If, and I like it just because of just the different scenarios that could happen. Like I remember in season 1, it was what if T'Challa became Star-Lord, and it's like that was a unique episode. So things like that. That's why I'm going with What If.
I never asked that question though. That's why that show is weird.
Well, it's based on
I would never ask if T'Challa became Star-Lord. Like that's odd. Like why I could think of 8 million questions that are better to ask in the MCU than that. So that's why I never watched that show. It's like nobody asked.
Well, they're just comic book stories.
There was a couple
are
I would
real
read the title and go, not that interested.
I never didn't care. Yeah.
What if Jonathan Majors didn't get?
You could do that episode. Yeah.
Oh, right.
What if Jonathan Majors didn't beat his girlfriend? Let's do that episode.
For a cool $10, you can own Reaper season 1. If you want season 2, double that a little bit more. It's about $25-30.
Okay. Wow, really? Dang.
All right, we got Boy Meets World and National Geographic's Secrets of the Whales.
All right.
I don't want to do that to Zach, but this might be inevitable. Okay.
Basically,
well, I mean, say your piece about Secret of the Whales, and then I might just move Boy Meets World over.
Yeah, no, that's fine. But basically, so this is it was a 4-part docu-series, each episode different about a different type of whale, and basically just how they connect with each other and just their journeys in getting to like warmer weather for some of them, and it just basically told just the history and the stories of different groups of whales, and I thought it was kind of interesting. So,
what are the secrets? Are they dirty?
Yeah.
I fell asleep. Yeah. Did he explain the show or what happened? I'm sorry. Here's my response.
No, but I also will say that Eric is, in my opinion, the best character on Boy Meets World.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, but
I'm sorry, Zach. I'm not trying to be mean. I'm sorry.
No,
I just think that clip is funny.
I was a dick. I'm sorry.
But my screen name that says, and then there was movie hero. There's an episode called "And Then There Was Sean," and it's the Halloween episode where they kind of spoof Scream, and it's fantastic. It's like one of my favorite things I've ever seen. And I got to do this thing where the cast did a watch along with about 40 people on a big Zoom call, and I got to be one of them and be on Zoom with the 4 of them right there, plus William Daniels, who played Mr. Feeney, and they had commentary. They answered questions afterwards, and it was a lot of fun.
Was the redheaded actress on there, or is it a different kind of Zoom?
I was going to say, I've seen some of Maitland Ward's post Boy Meets World work on the internet. It's interesting.
Yeah, right.
When do we discuss those movies here on Turn Fights?
Yeah, right.
Can we do a top 64 Maitland Ward movies?
Sure, yeah.
Very interesting.
I'd be down for that. A Boy Meets World alumni.
Yeah. She enjoys the company of black gentlemen. Anyways, Timeless and Star Wars Rebels. Timeless was one of yours, right, Zach?
Yes.
I think we all know Star Wars. I was going to say, I think I think most of us know what Star Wars Rebels is, but give us the quick pitch on Timeless.
So it's this trio that are recruited to go into different periods in history to basically try to stop a villain from altering history. And I remember one of the first couple episodes, it had to do with Katherine Johnson and the women that dealt with the space program and trying to stop them from, I believe, having Russia become the first country into outer space or something like that. But I loved it because it had a lot of action and adventure and just thrills.
Okay. Yeah. Sounds good. Who's up first now?
Me. Yeah, I've never seen Star Wars Rebels. I haven't even watched Clone Wars. That's one I've been meaning to get to at some point. But yeah, Timeless sounds all right. I'll vote for it. I'll give you a bone, Zach. Sure. All right.
Yeah. So Star Wars Rebels to me is my favorite thing Star Wars has ever done. Period. Better than any movies. Better than anything. Like I'm just really really high on it. Just the story and the like writing, it's just so good. Like it's just like what I want to see from these future movies. I want to see just like these characters like being able to shine and being able to have fully fledged out storylines that just like have heart to them and have like really cool moments. Every single character, like they all get their own episodes, multiple episodes, and you get to find out their backstory and you get to find out about all these different characters and the really cool Jedi battles. You see like familiar characters show up. You see like Lando show up. You see like Princess Leia show up. You see like just like R2-D2 and C-3. You see a lot of characters just from the series that you know and you love. They show up, but there's so much heart. And like I didn't even expect, like especially I think it was like the season 2 finale. I didn't expect to cry watching this thing, and I was like bawling at the end of it. I'm like, oh my gosh, why am I crying at a freaking like Star Wars cartoon here? What's going on? And like the music's great. That's like incredible music, incredible writing. I think Dave Filoni just like all these characters I think really mean a lot to him because he wrote and like directed a lot of this and it's just like really like I don't know like to the point where these characters kind of become like special to me, like in a lot of ways. Like Ezra, like when I saw the Ahsoka series, it meant that much more because I'm like, oh my gosh, Ezra, because what you see, spoiler, at the end he's lost somewhere and they don't know where he is and they got to find him. So and then Freddie Prinze Jr., he plays a great Jedi with Kanan, and then like you got Sabine in there, you got Zeb. I mean, if you see the series, you'll know. If you haven't seen it, it won't mean that much to you. But like it's just like so good. If you want great writing and great stories, watch Star Wars Rebels because it is just it's just so good. So yeah,
vote for Timeless. All right, so
no, I'm going for Rebels. Yeah.
Brian?
Yeah, actually, Ahsoka was probably like a continuation to Rebels. I believe that because that's some of the characters in there.
So good, I'd say it's better than Empire Strikes Back. It's not that good.
First matchup, I've seen bits and pieces of Rebels, but I haven't seen Timeless. But Zach did a great pitch for it, so Timeless.
Yeah. JPO.
Yeah, I haven't seen either one of these. Maybe because of your praise, I actually might have to get to Rebels. I was pretty Star Wars out for TV shows, and I thought it looked pretty ugly, so I never got to it. I didn't like the animation.
The best Star Wars TV show too. So yeah.
Well, yeah, I heard you. That's why I'm saying like maybe I'll have to go. Let's take it out. At the time, I was out kind of Star Wars out, and I thought it looked ugly.
Yeah.
As for time, I like Timeless. I like the plot of it, and I've been meaning to kind of check it out because I like the dude kind of on the writer in the blue jacket, Malcolm Baird, who's known more for comedy. So I'm kind of interested to see how he does in that. He's really good in Better Off Ted, another great 2-season TV show.
Oh, that's a great show.
So I'll go Timeless. Yeah, he's the funny dude from that one, the Lab Technician. So it's interesting to see more of a serious show.
Or do you already vote? I don't know.
No, Zach and Richie have not voted yet.
Okay.
Oh, I thought I gave my vote when I pitched it. So.
I mean, it's yours, so I mean, I was going to assume, but I just want to make sure. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going for Timeless.
Okay. Yeah. And Richie?
Yeah. When you said Zach, when you said Katherine Johnson, do you mean is that the chick from Third Up from the Sun?
No, that is.
Yeah, Kristen Johnson.
Kristen Johnson.
Stun. Yeah.
My bad.
She's in the Righteous Gemstones the last season.
Yeah, she is Kristen. Yeah.
Okay, cool. But yeah, I'm sort of Star Wars out on TV shows as well. I might give Rebels a watch. I wasn't the only animation sort of Star Wars watch. It was like the Clone Wars movie, which I thought was one of the worst ones. So I really did not like that movie at all. So I mean, I'll give Rebels a watch. But yeah, you know what? Congrats, Zach. You sold me on Timeless. I think it was a good pitch. There you go. Welcome to Shark Tank.
Okay. All right. Timeless moves on. We got Behind the Attraction from Disney and Lost. So once again, Zach, I think most of us know what Lost is, but if you want to give a quick pitch and a vote for Behind the Attraction, you can go ahead.
I will say, the title is kind of in the pitch.
Yeah.
Every episode, they go behind and they tell the history of a different Disney attraction.
Sweet. Okay.
All right.
Jordan?
Who's first? Okay. Me? Yeah, so I'm a big theme park guy. Like my sister, she's watched all of Behind the Attraction, and she's told me to watch it because I love theme parks. I love theme park rides. I love hearing about the history and all that stuff. But I feel like I'm such a theme park nerd. I've already like done research on this stuff. I already kind of know a lot of the history. But I mean, seeing a show would be pretty interesting. But yeah, Lost though, was just one of those shows that just absolutely blew me away. Like, me and my friends back in high school, we used to watch it. We would have Lost parties. We get together every week. We'd make dinner. We'd all sit and we'd watch Lost and all the different questions. We'd speculate on like what's going on, who are the others, like why did this character do this thing or that thing or whatever. And I'm a big character driven guy, when it comes to TV and movies. So my favorite character was definitely Charlie, but played by Dominic Monaghan. But I mean, there's just so many great characters, from Jack to Hurley to Saeed or Sawyer. Just so many just great awesome characters, and just all the subtleties. And it's where I kind of found out about Michael Giacchino, who did all the music and composed it all. He had different themes for every character. You can hear them all throughout in subtle different ways and stuff. And I even didn't mind the finale. I mean, I think that could have been better, but I mean, I wasn't a total hater on it. I thought that it was fine. I even like some of the later seasons. I think that it's great. And they are doing a Lost reunion. It's one of those kind of what they did with Friends or whatever. They get together and they just reminisce. They're doing it later this year, I think in September, October, something like that. And maybe that could lead to more from this universe. Maybe I wouldn't be opposed to that. But yeah, but it was one of those shows that became, for most of the world, became appointment TV kind of thing, and it kind of Game of Thrones, and it was just a huge phenomenon when it happened. So yeah, and I've seen that series, and it's long too. They're hour long, 20 something episodes every season. I've seen it 5 times all the way through. So yeah. Yeah, I'll go Lost. Mm-hmm. But Brian.
And also, Lost celebrated its 8th anniversary because we came out in 2004 as well.
Maybe that's why they're doing that reunion.
Yeah, but for me, Lost was a big blind spot for me, but I really did enjoy Behind the Attraction a lot. I love the episode tackles, one episode nighttime entertainment, one episode about stacks, Dope, for example. A big Disney Attraction fan, so Behind the Attraction gets promote.
Yeah. JPO.
That's on the mouse. Fuck the mouse, man. No, I gotta go Lost here. It's kind of reminiscent a little bit of Heroes, where it kind of peters out a little bit towards the last couple of seasons. They start to ask too many questions without really giving enough answers.
Yeah,
but the highs are really high here. Again, it's a great ensemble cast here. Tara Quinn absolutely kills it as well here. Michael Emerson, when he first gets introduced, that's a great arc.
Ooh.
So there's a lot of.
And Henry Gale, Minnesota.
Yeah. No, I mean that's a fantastic episode here, and it continues on to go. When we meet Henry and Cusick's character here in the bunker and stuff like that. So yeah, there's a lot of great details to be had, and I actually do like the finale here. I think the only problem was they were kind of very adamant, no, it's not what you think it is. The finale is kind of what you think it is. But I think it ends kind of nicely. It bookends with both Matthew Fox opening and closing his eyes. I think it's still kind of pretty cool and dope. So yeah, I got a lot of love for Lost. So I'll go Lost.
Mm-hmm. But one of the cool things that I saw Henry Ian Cusack at a comic convention that I went to, and he wasn't even one of the guests. He was just there as just to go to the Comic-Con, just as just one of the fans, which is kind of cool. Just I'm walking around with his wife.
Sweet. Free photo. Did you get a photo?
Yeah, right. I didn't ask him for one. I'm I'll just let him enjoy. I won't bug him. But Zach.
So Lost is another one that I've had on my list to see. I just never got around to it because there's way too many shows right now to watch. But with Behind the Attraction, I'm a huge theme park fan, and getting to learn the history of even more history about the attractions just entertains me, and it gets me liking the attractions even more. So I'm going with Behind the Attraction.
Mm-hmm.
Richie.
Yeah, I watched Lost for a little bit. I kind of dropped off a bit. It was for me, got too convoluted for me, for my liking. But I like the idea. I think Behind the Attraction seems interesting. I mean, I'm a huge theme park guy myself, and I think it'd be intriguing. So I'll go Behind the Attraction.
Yeah. Austin.
Yeah, I also watched Lost when it first came out, and by the second season was just so frustrated with it. I just dropped it altogether. Never went back. I watched the finale when it aired, and then all the complaints about everybody of them saying it asked more questions than it answered just confirmed my suspicions because that's what the show was doing, and it made me mad. So I'm a theme park.
Every question.
I kind of do when it's a TV show that strings you along for 4 seasons. You kind of need to answer some questions. I'm a big theme park nerd, so I'm going to go Behind the Attraction.
Man, how does Behind the Attraction be Lost? Lost is like a phenomenon. Like that's my number 3 on my list. But
got Inside the Actor Studio with James Lipton and Hawaii Five-0, the reboot. The
reboot.
The reboot, yeah.
Which might have some Lost alumni on there, I think. There's 1 or 2 people.
Yeah.
But
Brian.
Lost filmed in Hawaii, too, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Hawaii Five-0 is one that I don't know to watch, but I love Inside the Actor Studio. You get like these certain actors pop up. Even I believe young Bradley Cooper appeared in one of the episodes, asking a question. Also, you get some TV people. You got the cast of Family Guy show up. Even Jordan, the cast of the Simpsons show for an episode. So it's on the episode. Gets promoted.
Yeah. JPO.
I've seen some random episodes of Hawaii Five-0. Like I think my brother liked it, so I've seen like season 4, episode 7. So I've seen a couple, and it was fine. Very much that CBS procedural with like a decent cast. Shout out to Ready to Rumble alumni Scott Kahn. But I'll go Inside the Actor Studio here. It's a really fun, usually informative interview, and featuring one of my favorite Arrested Development guest stars, James Lipton.
Yeah, right. Zach.
So these are both my pick. So while I really like Inside the Actor Studio because every episode you get somebody different, and it's like you get to tell their story and get to answer questions from the audience. I love Hawaii Five-0. I've seen every single episode of the 10 seasons it was on, and it's a great procedural where it's just like you are involved in the main case, but you also you get invested in the side cases as well in every episode. So I'm going with Hawaii Five-0.
Yeah. Richie, what do you say?
Alert the press, Richie's eating a Hot Pocket. Hot Pocket again.
Nice.
Yeah.
Hot Pocket.
Not yet.
Hot Pocket.
Not yet a sponsor. Come on.
I'm sort of like JPO. I've seen bits and pieces of Hawaii Five-0. Not enough to sort of have an overall opinion on it. I mean, Grace Park's hot. She's in that. But Inside the Action Studio, I made a point to actually, I did see a lot of episodes here, and there are random ones I like. Yeah, there was one with obviously Simpsons. There was a cast of Family Guy on one. His bromance with Dave Chappelle was great. I think there's an episode where he takes a question from like a film student. One of them was Bradley Cooper, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, Brian said that. Yeah, that was the episode with Sean Penn way back in the day.
Sean Penn, okay. And then he ends up being actually on there as a guest. But so I like Inside the Actor Studio, and also I like Will Ferrell's portrayal of
Yeah, that's so good.
Yes.
So
especially when he does the laugh. I love
I'll
the
go
laugh.
inside the actor studio.
And Richie, what's your favorite curse word?
Yeah.
Austin.
We'll go to Austin.
My favorite curse word.
Thank you, fuck you, bye, boom.
That's my
quit
favorite
stealing
one.
my clips. How many clips am I have?
Yeah, I have way more clips than you do. I've got a whole
I
bank of
know.
them.
Why I got to dip in the butt?
All right. Well, I mean, if you want this one,
You need to shut the fuck up.
All right, I'll take that one from you.
So shut up and let me vote. Yeah, I have seen no bits or pieces of Hawaii Five-0. But fun fact, Zach, you know what I was just listening to when I was making the bracket? The Al Pacino Inside the Actor Studio. So I'll go Inside the Actor Studio. Swear to God.
So there I was.
I've seen most of the episodes of Inside the Actor Studio. I love that show.
Yeah. This one's interesting because, like, Inside the Actor Studio always seemed like too like smart for me. The way James Lipton was, like, I just was like, man, this guy, like, did he get like 5 degrees from Harvard? The way that he spoke and like carried himself, but I feel like the actors he had on there made it a little more relatable, you know. And I've barely seen any of Hawaii Five-0, but I'll just vote for it because of all the alumni from some of the other shows I had. You got Daniel Day Kim from Lost, Jorge Garcia's from Lost, Masaoka from Heroes, you know. So I'll go with Hawaii Five-0.
James Lipton is going to
and I will say that is a major upset because that is my favorite show of all time. Hawaii Five-0.
Five-0.
Okay. No, you might be the first. There you go. Got White Lotus and A Football Life. So you guys might have to each pitch these because they're each one of yours.
Yeah.
So just go ahead
I'm
and
gonna
each
use
go.
the bathroom. I'm first. White Lotus. I'll talk to you guys later.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay.
Zach, go ahead and pitch first and vote, and then Jordan can pitch his and vote, and then we'll go after that.
Okay. So A Football Life, every episode is interviewing a certain player, or it could be a certain like event, but you get to hear all about their history of before they were in the NFL and during their career, and then what they do afterwards. So you get interviews with them, but also people that have either known them, like with family, or people that have played with them. So,
okay.
All right. I'm assuming you're voting
and
for
then,
it. So there you go.
Yeah. The White Lotus, I'll just tell you that. Some of you may have seen parts of it, but the funny thing is, like, it was actually written and created by Mike White, who, if you don't know who that is, he was in School of Rock and like plays the like that kind of weird looking roommate in School of Rock, and also he plays Ned Schneebly, and then he was on a season of The Amazing Race with his dad. I remember like seeing that. I'm like, that guy who was on that like made this amazing show. The show is incredible. Like it's these different White Lotus hotels, like so each season they only had 2, but when you Google it, it says 1 season, but there's definitely been 2. But and they have the first season is set in Hawaii, the second one's set in Italy, and then I've heard the third one might be set in maybe like Japan or somewhere in like Asia, maybe, but it's set to come out in 2025. But like they go on vacation and like all these different like families and like couples and people just have these crazy interaction and crazy things happen. Just one crazy dramatic thing after the next. And the music is like some of the most incredible music. It's really good. And Jennifer Coolidge is the one who kind of like is the glue because she's in season 1 and season 2. But then you get people like Sydney Sweeney, you get Alexandria Daddario, you get Steve Zahn in there, you get and then season 2 you got Aubrey Plaza in there, Theo James, and like a lot of the actors, like even the ones that you don't necessarily recognize, like you really kind of glom onto them and they become really likable characters. Like season 2 also has Michael Imperioli and F. Murray Abrams. They're really like them. They play father and son, and they're really good. Kind of going to visit the old world in Italy, but like, and for my money, like I thought that season 1 was amazing, but then season 2 was even better. Just blew it out of the water. It's just so crazy, and like surrounding all the craziness happening, like just one like shocking thing after the next. There's also humor in there, and there's like just the lighthearted moments and that kind of stuff too. So yeah, and I'll give my vote to White Lotus. Also, I just finished season 2 literally like about like 5 days ago, but the first season I watched like a year ago or something. So, or who votes next?
Richie.
My bad. Okay. By the way, the third season's in Thailand, not Japan.
Thailand. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I knew it was like Asia somewhere.
Yeah, but also I don't know. It's got Walton Goggins in it, so that'd be cool.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, I've seen some of the White Lotus. It's pretty good. Obviously, I think the Emmys this year was just basically The Bear and White Lotus. That was all it was.
And Succession.
And Succession. Yeah, those three. I don't know if that will come up later, but yeah. So yeah, I do. I mean, this football life. I don't know if I'll get a chance to watch it or where I'll watch it. But I'm glad you enjoy things, Zach. That's cool. Yeah. You tell him. But yeah, the White Lotus. Yeah, it is good, and yeah. So I'll vote for that. So yeah.
Well, it's worth it just to see Alexandria Daddario walking in a bikini for 6 episodes. Like, I'm down for that anytime. And also, the score was like so incredible that once I finished both seasons, I went through and listened to the entire score for the whole series. So, but awesome.
I've been to the Football Hall of Fame in Canton, so I'll go to Football Life. Brian?
Sure.
I haven't seen Football's Life, but I do enjoy the White Lotus because Jennifer Coolidge's characters of White Lotus.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and like she has some like amazing thing. She's probably the best character of the series.
And also her war speeches are hilarious too.
Yeah.
So we got Disney's The Imagineering Story and The Joy of Painting by Bob Ross.
I'm guessing both these are Zach's.
Both of these are Zach's, and he's up first.
Yeah, both are mine.
So go ahead. You're up first anyways.
Well, basically, I was going to say that you know what the Joy Painting is. That is very self-explanatory. The Imagineering Story is a 6-episode docuseries on Disney Plus about the history of like Walt Disney World or just Disney in general, but from the Imagineering perspective and all of the things that they created and what they had to go through in different periods in the Disney history. And as you can tell from a lot of my other picks, I'm very much into like the history of things and learning more about things. So even though I love Bob Ross, I'm going with the Imagineering Story.
Yeah. Richie, what do you say?
Yeah, if I can find it, I'll send it to you. But like, I've been playing around with AI for a bit, and one of my favorite sort of ones I generated was I just typed in Bob Ross as a mob boss, and it's very funny. Look, I'm sure these are too interesting. The one that sort of had nostalgia for, I guess, is obviously Bob Ross. I enjoy it for what it is, and it's certainly better than Paint with Owen Wilson. That movie sucks. So I'll go Bob Ross.
I really liked it, but Austin.
Which one did you vote for, Richie?
Bob Ross.
Bob Ross. Yeah.
Bob Ross. Okay. I feel like Bob Ross is one of those shows you just watch when there's literally nothing else on. But that's just my opinion. Or you fall asleep and it just comes on. But I'll go with the Disney one because again, much like the behind the attraction thing, I'm much more likely to watch. I like behind the scenes stuff like that.
Yeah, well, somebody gave me this little Bob Ross kind of like bobblehead thing, so I got a little Bob Ross guy, and it used to play a sound. I don't know if it. Nope, the sound doesn't work. Okay, but yeah, like I don't understand how like Bob Ross is like kind of become like a pop culture like I don't know like a phenomenon kind of like thing like I don't know or like a cult. It's got a cult following because like they even did like Deadpool as Bob Ross. You can get that as a pop figure and stuff. And like I've never really been interested in painting. It just doesn't like do anything for me. I don't even like go to
They
museums.
also have Bob Ross Monopoly too.
Oh yeah. But like I don't even go to museums to look at art. I just don't care. I don't mind having cool artwork in your house, and I like pop culture, like movie posters and things related to pop culture. Sure, like I like that, but like I'll go with them. Is it called like Imagineers or I can't remember?
Imagineers.
Yeah.
Story.
Yeah, like that sounds pretty interesting because yeah, like kind of like I said, like if I could just do like a like tour around the world for like a year and hit every theme park, I think that would be like a dream trip for me. Like I love theme parks, so yeah, I would watch that one first. So yeah, I'll vote for that. Brian.
Yeah, my favorite thing about Bob Ross is that whole TED joke where you get a fake ID and it says, "What? That's Bob Ross, right?"
Oh yeah.
ID.
Or the TED TV show.
Or the fact that I been where Peter painting versus Bob Ross says, "Yeah, see this bush? That's our bush, our little secret."
Yeah.
But first matchup, I'll go with the Imagineer story. That's the first thing I watched Disney Plus, and also love how they show how they made Star Wars Land, also the Department of the World. So Imagineer story.
Yeah. JPO.
You are
muted.
Just in time for a barn burner.
Hey, did White Lotus win?
Yes.
Yes.
Good. All right. Yeah, this one's easy for me here. I like the idea of Bob Ross more than ever actually trying to watch it again. You don't watch it when nothing else is on. You take a nap. You do something else.
Yeah.
I don't know. It just doesn't do much for me. So I'll go Imagineering here or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
Even Bob Ross seems like you're scraping the bottom of the barrel for PBS. I don't know.
All right, that's it for this side. We are running pretty far behind tonight, so we need to probably speed it up a little bit. Jordan.
Yeah.
Jordan.
Least favorite episode. You want to talk about?
Yeah.
Okay.
I know. But I literally started timing it. You're averaging about 3 to 4 minutes per turn. You got to speed it up, Jordan.
Okay.
So yeah, which is almost an hour. So yeah, got to pick up the pace here. All right. So we got Once Upon a Time against Severance. So Richie.
You are.
Yeah.
He's getting there.
Okay.
I'm getting there. I'm just taking the dog up first. Once Upon a Time, I've only seen. I'm getting there, you weirdo. Fucking Jesus. Once Upon a Time is. I've only seen bits and pieces of it. I like the idea of it, but like it's not really a show for me. Severance is great. It's a great. It was a hell of a surprise. So, and I love Adam Scott, so I'm going to go Severance.
Yeah. Austin.
Haven't seen Severance yet. I'm hoping to get to it at some point. I've actually seen a good chunk of Once Upon a Time because my ex used to watch it, so I'll go Once Upon a Time.
Yeah. So I'm actually so Severance is on my list, not Once Upon a Time, but like I'm a big Once Upon a Time fan though. That like if we do a full 64, that might make my list because that show's great. Up until they did a Frozen season, and then fuck that show. That show it like destroyed it. That season was so bad that like I never went back, and I'm just like forget it because. But everything up and in until then, especially the Peter Pan season where they make Peter Pan like a villain, and he's like trying to kidnap kids and like just it's just really really good. And I love Robert Carlyle because that actor like he plays like 3 different characters. He plays Mr. Gold, he plays Rumpelstiltskin, and he does one other one. I can't remember what the other one is, but I know he does 3 different versions. And the show's really really good. I also like the one that plays the evil queen too. She's great. But yeah, Severance. If you haven't seen Severance though, that show's really really good. It'll just blow your mind. I mean, the basic premise is like they like put something in your brain that like flips a switch. When you go to work, you forget everything outside of work, and then when you leave work, you forget everything that happened at work. And they're trying to figure out what's going on and how the two connect and stuff. And it's really good in mystery. It ends on like sort of a cliffhanger that like I'm looking forward to season 2. So I'll go Severance just because I haven't seen anything that I didn't like from that show. So yeah. But Brian.
I haven't seen Severance. I do enjoy Once Upon a Time. Also enjoyed the spin-off show. Did Once Upon a Time Wonderland as well. Plus
Yeah,
John Cross
that was great too.
It's great to mention Beers to Once Upon a Time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and the guy that plays Saeed, Naveen Andrews, plays Jafar. He's really good.
JP?
Yeah, I like the concept of Once Upon a Time, but it's never something I ever delved really into here. Severance, I finally decided to check it out and ended up binging it, which is not something I always do. It was a very good show to kind of keep going. I want to continue unraveling kind of the mystery here. I like the cast. I got to do it. Oh, Christopher Walken's in it. Sorry, that was 100% Travolta. But he's good. I also really shout out to I thought that was outside my door, and I'm like, oh, was that bad?
Tomatoes at you. Fuck off.
And
Travolta.
gosh, if you're gonna do an impression, at least fucking try. And also, I really like Zach Cherry's really good in it as well. He's the guy from Shang-Chi who films the fight, and he's in it. Severance, he's really good. So I'll go Severance here. Yeah, I'm very excited for season 2. I'll have to restart my episode.
And also, John Turturro and
Turturro's great.
Have a pretty interesting relationship in there. Yeah.
But, I forget the girl, but the girl's great too.
Yeah.
I've heard of Severance. I've heard how great it is. Just haven't checked it out. And with Once Upon a Time, it's kind of interesting how they kind of turn the fairy tale genre on its head a little bit. And Jordan was bringing up the Peter Pan season. I actually think that he's my favorite villain in the entire season, in the entire series. And actually, Hook is my favorite character of all time.
Hook's awesome.
Series.
Yeah.
Because they make him a hero, but he's very interesting. So I'm going with Once Upon a Time.
Yeah.
All right, so it's our first tie in a little while. So JPO, you got the tiebreaker on this one.
Yeah, no, Severance is great. Let's do that.
Okay. Yeah. All right, going down to Stranger Things and Peacemaker. So me first. So I've seen 2 seasons of Stranger Things. Watched Peacemaker and didn't love it. I was in the minority. So I didn't love that Suicide Squad movie either that much. So I don't know. Sorry, just didn't work for me. So and Stranger Things was okay. I've been meaning to get back into it, but so I'll go Stranger Things.
Yeah, I'll make this one pretty quick. Like I love both of these. They're both on my list, and Peacemaker, I thought was so well done. I found myself laughing pretty hard. I was really invested in the character. I thought John Cena was great. It's what more the Suicide Squad could have been that I wish that it was, because it's really good. But now I hear that they're saying the first season isn't going to be a part of canon, and they're going to when they reboot this whole James Gunn universe, it's not going to count. But fuck James Gunn. I'm not invested or care about what he's doing. He's just annoying me. But
the creator of Peacemaker, the show you're trying to
but he's destroying his own property. He created something. It's no, I didn't like that, so that doesn't count.
I mean, technically he's allowed to.
Yeah, I know. I know he's allowed to.
It's a separate thing. They do Peacemaker.
It's a waste of a season in some ways, in certain ways. Yeah, but
no, it's just in a different universe. I mean, there was barely any Justice League connection anyway. So
yeah, but Stranger Things though, I really like the cast. I like the '80s vibe. I like the concept of the upside down and the Demogorgon stuff. I really like Joe Keery. Might be one of my favorite characters. I also like Gaten Matarazzo. I saw him at a convention. I didn't get to go meet him though because I was doing other stuff. But and then David Harbour, obviously he's great. So yeah, I'll go Stranger Things actually here. So Brian.
Yeah, for me, I find Stranger Things very overrated. I tried watching the episode, didn't get into it. But I do quite enjoy Peacemaker. One of the best opening title sequences for a TV show with the dance John Cena does. So I'll go with Peacemaker.
If you haven't noticed by this on the channel, I love neon colors and retro kind of 80s sort of vibe type of thing. So yeah, kind of fits Stranger Things. But JPO.
All right, I got a good impression. Here's my John Cena impression.
Where did he go?
Where did you?
I see a sliver of him down in the corner. No.
Yeah, I mean, Stranger Things. Weirdly enough, I'm on season 2. I should do it. It's a joke now, and I'm almost not watching it on purpose. It's out friends and family. I love Peacemaker. I think John Cena's fantastic in it here. I think it's a great follow up to Suicide Squad here. Robert Patrick is his shitty dad. I can't wait for season 2. I wish they had kind of hopped on a little bit quicker. It sucks that we're still not getting it anytime soon. And yeah, shout out to having the best sequence that you don't want a chapter skip through for once, opening sequence. So
yeah, the openings is a lot of fun. Yeah, Zach.
So I haven't seen Peacemaker, but I've wanted to see it. It's another one that's on my list. But I've seen every episode of Stranger Things, and I just think it's entertaining, and I'm along for the ride in every episode. So Stranger Things.
Yeah,
but yeah, I am. I'll just throw in real quick. I am ready for this next season of Stranger Things to be the last one. I'm actually kind of happy about that.
You're going underwater.
No, yeah, I think they did, and I think it is the last season when they.
Yeah. Right. But Richie.
Yeah, I've seen a couple episodes of Peacemaker. I need to fully get invested into it. So in order to have full-on opinion, maybe Stranger Things has the advantages. It's been on longer, and I've seen it's got more seasons, and and so there is that as well. And I do like Stranger Things. Probably not as much. The hype didn't meet expectations because people do tend to overhype shows, which is annoying. If we had Wolfman on here, it's amazing. It's good. Calm down. I'll go Stranger Things.
Yeah. Right. Austin. Oh yeah, you went first.
Parks and Rec versus What We Do in the Shadows.
Ooh.
Is up next. So Jordan is up first.
Oh man, these are both mine, and they're both ranked like pretty close to each other. But I'm just more invested into Parks and Rec. I've sat with it longer, and I bought the entire series, like the big box set for the whole series and I still haven't even opened it yet because it's just on streaming everywhere. You can just find it on streaming. So it's just fun to just own it. But and What We Do in the Shadows, I think it's even better than the movie. I think it's really, really well done. I met the guy that plays Guillermo at a convention. He was on, and he was super cool. Even though it was a little awkward during the writer's strike or the actor's strike too. That nobody could really talk about any of their projects. You're trying to awkwardly come up with something to talk about, but he even talked about it a little bit. But yeah, I got to go with Parks and Rec. This is where I first became a huge fan of Aubrey Plaza and Nick Offerman and those guys. So yeah, I'll go Parks and Rec. Mm-hmm. And also too, I'm a defender of the first season, but for a lot of people, if you're first watching it, it's way better after the first season. But I still kind of
I always tell people just go right to the episode where Adam Scott and Rob Lowe showed up. Literally, you can start right there, and you're totally fine. Yeah. And that's where the show takes off. So Brian.
Yeah, Remember the Shadows is a great continuation of the movie. I'll go with Parks and Rec on here. I love the side characters are great. Her repaired. I forgot that I'm call this character, but she's great. John Ralphie.
Yeah.
I'll go with
Joan Calamazzo and Brandy Max, the porn star, and all kinds of people.
Yeah, so great episode there by the Little Sebastian, Parks and Rec.
Yeah.
GPU.
And John Cena was on the last season too. And John Cena again.
Yes, he was.
Yeah, this is maybe the hardest round so far for me personally here. I love What We Do in the Shadows here. I think continually, it's very funny. Each season here has not disappointed. But yeah, Parks and Rec, maybe kind of like what Jordan said, just because it's been with me longer, and also I think emotionally too, it does give me a little bit more too. I really kind of fall in love with these characters here, and maybe really good advice by Pez. Just start at the Rob Lowe Adam Scott episode. So I'll go. Parks and Rec.
I mean, literally, that's where I think the show just goes into overdrive and takes off, and that's in the middle of the second season or whatever it is.
Because I too listen, season one's not.
You don't have.
It's not the greatest.
It's literally not That's there. You can jump in there and you'll be totally fine. A couple episodes into that, you'll be totally fine. So yeah.
There's not a great selling point to say that you just got to get past that first season. It's like, well, then why do I want to
that's
watch
true.
it?
I think that's true with Big Bang Theory, with Buffy, with a lot of shows.
Yeah.
The Office.
The Office, for example.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they're not horrible, but it really finds the funny in its character later on. Superstore, another one.
Yeah. Seinfeld in the first season is a little rough.
Right.
Yeah. So
first season is not, Simpsons, even if you want.
Yeah.
Zach,
So even though I haven't seen What We Do in the Shadows, the movie, it's on my list. I am more interested in seeing the show than I am in Parks and Rec. For some reason, I've just never been interested in Parks and Rec. So I'm going with What We Do in the Shadows.
What do you have against Amy Poehler?
Yeah. Or Chris Pratt. He's popular. Richie.
Yeah, I mean, this is really tough. But yeah, I think it'll just come down to what I've seen more of, and yeah, that'll be Parks and Rec. I'm in the midst of rewatching The Office at the moment, and once I've done that, I'll do another Parks and Rec rewatch. It's just an instantly binge worthy show, and What We Do in the Shadow is great. I don't know if I'll go as far as to say it's better than the movie, but it's still good. But I'll go Parks and Rec.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Austin.
I saw the first season of What We Do in the Shadows. I'm meaning to get back into it, but yeah, I've seen all of Parks and Rec pretty much twice, and then a bunch of random things here and there. That's a really rewarding show. Like, if you just really get into it and dig into it, it really rewards you. The actual stuff pays off. Like, the character payoffs are good. You get really invested, even like kind of emotionally into it. But yeah, it's just hilarious as well. So I'll go Parks and Rec. That'll probably be on my episode as well. So yeah.
Hey, Austin,
all right.
Want to put me in solo layout for like a quick second? I want to show something.
Quickly.
So like, I got this artwork done. I can mention it, and I put it into a frame, but it's like a little spoof of Aubrey Plaza and Chris Pratt for their little like thing, all the presidents rubies or whatever. It's pretty cool. So, but yeah, just wanted to show that. But anyways.
All right. Got WWE Raw.
Wow.
So that's on the list. And Mysteries.
Someone's playing to the crowd. Gee.
Hey, maybe he likes wrestling. That's fine.
Yeah.
Brian.
Yeah, I haven't heard of Mysteries of the Museum, it says there. I'm not that big wrestling fan, so I'll go with Raw.
Yeah.
JP.
You're dead to me, Brian. I'm not necessarily going to vote for Raw every round. There is some bad seasons and episodes of Raw, but I'm voting it for over this thing. So yeah, Raw.
Yeah. Zach.
So basically, a quick pitch for Mysteries at the Museum. Every episode they visit 3 different museums and highlight a specific item in the certain museums, and then they give the history of that item and how it relates to a certain thing in history. So, This is actually a tough matchup because I do like Raw, but again, there are some stinker episodes. I will say that. And I'm going to go with Mysteries at the Museum just because of the uniqueness of the items that they choose. So,
yeah, sounds good. Richie.
Yeah, I haven't seen Mysteries at the Museum. That's a very ominous poster. I don't know why she's tape gagged, but cool. But yeah, I mean, I'm a wrestling fan. Raw. I feel like Raw has only just gotten better in the last couple of years since they're just taking a back seat because it's been horrendous for a while. But it's one. It's still wrestling. It's appointment viewing for me. Jordan buried the lead there. I didn't bury the lead there. He just kind of gave it away. Preaching to the choir. I'll go Raw. But yeah, like JPO, I'm not necessarily going to vote for it every time.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah, no, same here. I won't vote for it every single time, but this one's easily, I'm a wrestling fan, so it's got to be Raw. And they've given us some, even just watch compilations of some of the great moments in history. Like it's given us plenty of great memories. So yeah, I'll go Raw.
Yeah, I mean, like even as just a very casual wrestling fan, like I do like catching Raw whenever it comes on. It's usually one of those things where if I'm flipping through the channels and it's just on, then I'll stop and I'll watch it. And like even if it's bad, like I don't even know it like really any better because I'm just a very casual wrestling fan. So I'm like, whatever they're doing, whatever their characters and like going for here, it sounds cool and looks cool. So sure, this looks good. So if I knew more, I would probably like know the difference. But I like the way like wrestling is like kind of like more than just a sport. Like it's just like it's got like a narrative and it's got like cool storylines and all that stuff. And Raw is a good way to facilitate some of that. And so yeah. And I've never seen mysteries at the museum. I like history and like that kind of stuff. It's just the art I don't really like go to that much. But anything else about museums and history I do like. But I'll still vote Raw.
Okay.
So
all right, Raw moves on, and we'll go to the Orville. And you just put Conan.
Yeah, like it's kind of more
so,
like the newer one, but that's fine. I like both iterations. They're all good.
You didn't really specify what Conan. You just put a person.
The new one's called Conan. The name is called Conan.
Yeah, so I didn't know which one. I just Conan in general, I guess. So
that's all good.
JPO.
This is a tough one because Orville is a pretty cool, unique show. I've been meaning to check out that last season. I haven't seen the last season, but I'm a huge Conan O'Brien fan. He's easily my favorite. He's one of those guys that it doesn't matter the guest. I'll watch this for him. He continues to entertain now with a great podcast. Conan O'Brien needs a friend. So it's something different. I'll go with the thing that's kind of different from what we talked about so far. So I'll go Conan.
Yeah. Zach, what do you say?
So the Orville was the one on my list, and I'm going with it because it's something different in a way that you see from Seth MacFarlane. Yes, it does have that crude humor sometimes, but it also is a cool space adventure series, and you really get into the action and the adventure and all the unique characters. So for that, I'm going with the Orville.
Okay. Yeah. Richie, what do you say?
Yeah, the Orville is pretty good. Yeah, it's something unique for Seth MacFarlane, but yeah, it's still got his sort of brand of humor, kind of weaved in there. And yeah, I'm a huge fan of Seth MacFarlane. But yeah, Conan O'Brien is one of my favorite, sort of talk show hosts of all time. I love everything he does. I love his podcast. I look forward to when everything he does. I can't say enough good things about Conan. He won the our talk show host a talk show 25 back in the day. So yeah, I'm going to go Conan, but Orville's good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, sounds good. Austin.
Yeah, I haven't seen any of the Orville, but I'll pretty much watch anything Conan does. And I think I texted Jordan the other day that his Max show is finally debuting next month. Finally, it seems like forever.
Like 2
years
to get it.
It's taking forever, but yeah, it debuts I think like mid-April, so it'll be on Max. So yeah, I'll go Conan.
What is it?
It's like Conan O'Brien goes places or whatever it's called. It's like all stuff he did in different countries and whatnot, like sort of those remotes he would do on the show.
Conan O'Brien Needs a Friend or something like that, where like he.
Well, that's the podcast, but it's something else.
Yeah.
No, it's
the spinoff that's related to it, where he meets someone through his podcast, and then he meets someone from another country, and then he actually goes to that country and surprises them, and then has like an adventure in the country.
It's called Conan O'Brien Must Go. Is the new show.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and just 2 quick little side notes. If you have a Samsung TV, they have some like free TV channels if you have a smart TV, and one of the channels is a 24-hour Conan channel that just shows 24 hours of like everything Conan's ever done, which is like pretty cool. I have my TV set, when I turn it on, that it just comes on to that. So like I can see if like I can catch anything that like looks interesting. They also have one for Portlandia for whatever reason. That's 24 hours of Portlandia. But and the Orville, I only ever saw the pilot episode, and from what I heard, that maybe the first season wasn't that good, and then it got really good. It might be another one of those ones. I'm not sure.
It gets a little more serious, a little more grounded.
Yeah, but like Conan though, like I won't go into it too depth, but he's kind of one of my like comedy kind of hero guys, because he's a guy that can just take like any random conversation about anything and make it like laugh out loud hilarious just by saying it in like his kind of crazy way, and it's just really, really good. Like I don't know too many people that can just do that and make comedy out of literally anything. And so yeah, I'll go Conan. Like I'll watch anything he does. I mean, he's a big part of the reason why I like that Please Don't Destroy. It wasn't the whole reason, but he was pretty good in it, that movie. But yeah, so Conan, yeah. But Brian.
Yeah, I haven't gone around to the Orville, but I do love Conan. I love the whole back of me clip Paul uses, so I'll go with Conan Brian.
Yeah, sounds good.
Okay, going down to Saved by the Bell, the college years, and Seinfeld.
Seinfeld.
Okay.
So Seinfeld moves on. Speak your piece about Zach for 30 seconds.
So it's kind of in the name, but this was only on for one season with 19 episodes, but it's pretty much Mario Lopez, Dustin Diamond, and Mark Paul Gosselaar and Tiffany Thiessen basically attending the same college and all the hijinks that happen there. And I just always found it to be entertaining, even if it was only for one season.
Yeah. They had one preseason to Saved by the Bell. I forget what that show was, and then they got a postseason.
All right, so
like Good Morning something.
Yeah, it's like something like that. Yeah.
Do they even? I don't know how the college works, but college is essentially it's like essentially university. Do they even have a bell in like college, or just
no? They don't.
They don't.
So
go by your own
title doesn't really apply. No,
you just go by your own schedule.
You schedule your own classes and you go to your own things. Yeah, the classes start like every 10 minutes.
Saved by nothing.
No, it's not at all.
One Meets World did college better, in my opinion.
Ted Lasso and Persons Unknown. So Zach's up first. I think most people know what Ted Lasso is, but Zach's up first anyway, so you can tell us about.
Well, we wanted to just give a quick pitch for Persons Unknown, just real quick, because it was mine.
I thought it was Zach. Sorry, it was yours. Yeah, that's right.
No, yeah.
Like Show Unknown.
Yeah. So Persons Unknown was a show that Chris Scott kind of turned me on to. I want to actually look up the cast, because it has a pretty decent little cast. But it's got an early Chadwick Boseman. He's in it, and then it's got like Alan Ruck's in it, and then there's a few little recognizable character actors, but essentially it's this town. These people just wake up in this town, and they're wondering why the fuck they're there, what happened to them, like what's going on, and yet I try to like figure out the mystery, and like every episode you get little clues and little pieces as to why they're there, and then it's showing like little side things of like an organization that like maybe you think that they had a part in it, and like maybe like it's showing some of their families that are looking for them, but essentially they've been kind of kidnapped, and then you like find out that like this isn't the only town, and there's other towns like this, and they're kind of leading to that for a second season, but it only had one season, but like just all the things that they're like able to like figure out, and like just all the little clues are just really cool. It's a cool little mystery. So yeah.
Okay, you want to just go ahead and vote since Ted Lasso's yours?
Yeah. Also? Yeah, this one's interesting because Ted Lasso is also mine too, but actually, is it on your list too, Zach? I'm like curious.
No.
Okay, because I couldn't remember if
we haven't gotten to the other crossover yet.
Okay, I wasn't sure if it was one of my alternates or not. I can remember, but because I had it kind of lower, because for as awesome as Ted Lasso is, that third season or the last season, whatever it was, like just just kind of dropped a little bit for me. It's just like I don't know what it was, just wasn't as good as the other ones. It didn't keep me invested. You have like the assistant coach doing other things, like well, not the assistant coach, the guy who becomes like a coach was like the equipment manager guy. He's like coaching another team, and like it's just weird little things that just like didn't hook me like as much. And so I think I'm gonna go Persons Unknown and just show some love to that because it was really good. So yeah.
All right, so Zach was the first on this one. Go ahead.
I'm going with Ted Lasso, even though it wasn't on my list because I've only pretty much seen the first season and like a couple episodes of the second. And I really enjoyed the first season, but also from what I heard, like the alternate seasons just didn't live up to the first season. But from what you get with the first season, it's just entertaining, and Jason Sudeikis definitely is the standout, and that's why you watch, and that's why I'm going with Ted Lasso.
But I was Ted Lasso for Halloween, so if anyone wants to see pictures, I can send them later. But Richie.
Cool. I'll just keep it short and sweet. I'll vote Ted Lasso because I've seen some episodes. I didn't know Persons Unknown was a thing until just now.
Yeah. Austin.
Persons Unknown is more Twilight Zone-ian up. It kind of seems up my alley, so I'll go Persons Unknown.
It does have a very Twilight Zone vibe, yeah. But Brian.
Yeah, I'll go with Ted Lasso because I see some episodes of it. Haven't seen Persons Unknown.
Yeah. JPO.
Yeah, I've never seen Persons Unknown. You did a really good job selling it, though. I was actually quite interested until you said there was no season 2 or a real ending. So now I'm back to watching it.
There was an episode to season 1 that ends that season, but then it kind of like you wish there was more, though.
Yeah. Well, no, you did a really good job otherwise selling it. Ted Lasso, though, will go down as one of my favorites. I'm going to like it, too. Like, is the third season the best? No, but it's actually still pretty dang good. And that's just because you're comparing it to almost a perfect season 1 and an even fantastic season 2, which I think is almost like a weird backhanded compliment. Because I think it will go down as one of my personal favorites of all time, Ted Lasso.
Yeah.
All right.
There's an episode that's one of my favorite episodes of TV ever. The one where like Coach Beard gets lost in like London and he's going through all these crazy rooms and places. That is so good.
Like Zach said, Jason Sudeikis is like the show stealer. Like everyone's great in it. Like Hannah Waddington, the assistant coach, everyone's great. Like, half the cast.
They deserve all the awards it won. So yeah.
All right, got Star Trek: Next Generation and Loki. So I think both these are pretty self-explanatory. People have heard of Richie.
I haven't. Again, I probably like what I said with What If. I just haven't really bothered to get much into the TV shows of Marvel. I'll just do what I can with watching the film. Star Trek. Like I said, I'm not a Trekkie, but I watched I watched enough of Next Generation to realize why people like it, and so I will. Just because of the downside of the MCU lately, and I recognize that Loki probably is decent. I've heard it's probably one of the better shows of the TV shows that they've done. But yeah, I'll go Star Trek because I think probably it's more consistently probably good. So I'll go Star Trek.
Yeah. Austin, what do you say?
Yeah, I haven't watched any Loki. I know people keep talking about it, but my feeling is it seems like Deadpool's just going to reboot everything anyway, so I'm just, not bothering. And Star Trek TNG is one of my all-time favorite kind of comfort shows that I can just watch and hang out with this crew on the ship and just enjoy it. So, Star Trek.
Yeah, so for me, I think Loki's these are both mine, but Loki is like the best thing from the MCU in like the past 3 years or so. Like it's really, really good. Like especially for the TV stuff, I think it just works really well. Especially shout out to the score. Like the score is another one that I listen to quite a bit for Wheel of Movies. I do a variation of the Loki score for that intro. It's like a remix kind of thing, but. I just love the cast and the time travel aspect, and like anything Tom Hiddleston does, like I'm sold. He has another show that I almost made my list called The Night Manager that was on AMC. That show is excellent. But Star Trek: The Next Generation, like the same way as you, Austin, like it's like a comfort show for me. It's a show I can put on any time, and like I've been slowly just doing a rewatch of all the episodes. I think I'm on season 4 or something like that. But it just gets better and better with every season. Like if you're not a fan of this type of thing, like there's a couple of episodes that I always suggest people to start out with. There's one called the Inner Light. That's a really good one, and then there's one that's called The Best of Both Worlds. Those are two.
The one I recommend everybody start with, season 2, The Measure of a Man, where they put Data on trial for whether or not he's a sentient.
That one's good too. Yeah.
That is a perfect episode to start with.
Yeah.
Everybody has their moments. It's season 2. It's right when they were kind of ramping things up. Start with Measure of a Man, season 2. That's the one I recommend.
Especially the Inner Light, though. That one will like even if you're just gonna watch a one-off of it, it's like the best acting I've almost ever seen Patrick Stewart do. But and it might make you cry at the end. But yeah. So Star Trek, Brian.
Yeah, I do enjoy Loki. Not my favorite MCU show. My favorite is probably WandaVision, my favorite MCU Plus show. But I do quite enjoy Next Generation. Love the characters. We met LeVar Burton at Best Spider convention one time. And yes, so I'll go Star Trek Next Generation.
It's funny. I met every cast member but LeVar Burton because he wasn't there at the one I went to. But JPO.
I've had fun with Loki, but I don't feel like the show I'm going to go back to. Like, it's kind of that mid-tier. Like, I had fun with it, but it doesn't really, like, grasp me too much, especially at the end. So, yeah, I'm going to go Star Trek TNG here. There's a while where I was more of a Star Trek than even a Star Wars guy, and that's because of the Next Generation cast, so.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they had to end Loki in, like, a completely different way that seems kind of awkward because of the Jonathan Majors stuff. So, yeah, it's weird. Mm-hmm. But, Zach?
So this is interesting. So the first time I ever saw anything Star Trek related was the new trilogy.
On the online one.
Yeah, the 2009 was the first ever time I saw anything Star Trek related. And I've seen every episode of Loki, but in my opinion, season 2 is it doesn't live up at all to the greatness of season 1. And from everything that people have talked about with The Next Generation, I'm going to go with Star Trek The Next Generation.
Mm-hmm. If your first exposure to Star Trek were the newer movies, you might be a Gen Z. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Zach's probably older than me.
Yeah.
Maybe. Yeah. I don't know.
Saved by the
You're
Bell.
one of the 80s, Zach, right?
89.
Okay.
Oh,
yeah.
89.
Okay. All right, Saved by the Bell and Arrested Development. So I'm a first. I it's no disrespect, Zach. Like, if you like it, that's totally cool. It's just not for me. Same with Full House. I can't stand Saved by the Bell. That shit is corny as hell. And Zach Morris is trash. I agree with that.
Zach Morris is trash.
Zach Morris is trash. Yeah, he's a terrible human being and a terrible character, and he's the main focus. So, it's just not for me. I have not seen Arrested Development, but I'm more likely to watch it. So we'll go Arrested Development.
Yeah. So Arrested Development is on my list. I freaking love Arrested Development. Like, I remember that like when I think it was like when they took a big hiatus and then they finally dropped another season of Arrested Development. I took off work. I did, like, called in sick to work to watch it. And like I was that like invested in it. So
do they watch this show?
Yeah, and I even told them, I'm like, I can't come into work because the new season of Arrested Development dropped. I just straight up told them. And I'm like, if I lose this job, I don't care. So it was like at a job I didn't care that much about. I think I was actually doing some temp work. That's why I wasn't even at like a real job. But and yeah, like I think that it's that like the cast, it's just so on point with like everything. The writing is just really, really good. Like, I always make references whenever I like burn myself on a waffle maker. I think of the cornballer, or like the money's in the banana stand, or like that kind of stuff. It's just like so good. And David Cross, he was on Anderson Tina's Whiskey Ginger podcast, and like he says that like they've been trying to push for another season. Doesn't mean it's going to happen, but he's still invested, and his character was really meant to just be like a 1 or 2 episode guy, and they made him like a series regular. And yeah, and also rest in peace to Jessica Walter. So I don't know, like it wouldn't be the same without her, but they could still do it. So yeah, I'll go Arrested Development. And Saved by the Bell is fine. Yeah, it's all right. Brian?
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of Saved by the Bell, but Arrested Development is in my 32 for favorite TV shows we get there. some great characters, some great guest stars as well. Hey, Wicker pops up as the player. You get Martin Mull as well, G. Parmesan, Liza Minnelli is with as Lucille too. The first 3 seasons are great. 4 is decent. Not a big fan of season 5, but I'll still go Arrested Development.
Yeah, David Cross talked about season 5 was a complete train wreck for everybody. But JPO?
Yeah, this one's slightly easy for me, as much as I have some kind of nostalgic love for Saved by the Bell, that whole cast. That was something I kind of grew up on. But yeah, Arrested Development was one of my favorites here. It's one of those ones that I championed for to kind of hopefully not get canceled. You know, it was so good, but it was underseen. Canceled season 3, brought back again to a lesser degree. But yeah, those first 3 seasons, especially the first 2, I think are tremendous here. So I'll go Arrested.
Yeah, they had all the cast of Saved by the Bell at the last convention I went to, so I met them all. Zach?
So I have only seen, I think, 2 episodes of Arrested Development, and that's just a show I just could not get into. But with Saved by the Bell, I actually own every season of it, and I just enjoy the characters. And as a side note, Elizabeth Berkley was actually one of my first celebrity crushes. So Saved by the Bell.
So you must love Showgirls.
Showgirls is the movie.
I've actually never seen.
Oh boy, will it blow your mind? Go watch it right now.
I do not believe you.
You're naked.
Someone sent him that DVD. We won't hear from him for 6 months.
Your room will look like you spilt white out everywhere.
Whoops.
Anyway,
party foul.
I didn't watch much of Saved by the Bell. Just not my thing. But R.I.P. Dustin Diamond. I mean, fucking dog eats a chip packet. I can't. I'll stop that. But yeah, Arrested Development's great. I like one of the gags in the first episode is where it's just like he opens the bag. It says it says a dead pigeon, and he just opens it and he's like, well, don't know what that, and like feathers fall out, and he's like, oh, don't know what I was expecting to but yeah, so yeah, I'm gonna Arrested Development. Yeah, like I mean, I'm glad they brought it back, but yeah, it was to diminishing returns, but it's cool. But yeah, so if the show's like fully dead, I don't mind that. Yeah, we've all got this, so yeah, we're still.
I've never seen Job spelled G-O-B either, and that's like a weird way.
Got 11/22/63 and The Simpsons. So The Simpsons moves on, and yeah.
Well, you ever seen 11/22/63?
That Franco thing?
Yeah.
I've never heard of it.
Yeah, so it's a mini series. I'll just give you like a brief thing. It's a mini series from Stephen King. It's based on like a short story by Stephen King, and it has James Franco Cooper. I'm trying to think of the actor's name, not Dominic, the older
Chris
guy.
Cooper?
Yeah, Chris Cooper. Yeah, so like he's in it, and like basically they find a wormhole in the diner Chris Cooper owns, and it sends him back to that date 11/22/63, and then he just tries to stop the assassination of JFK, but he goes on this journey because when it happens, it's like a couple of years before, and he has all this extra time to plan it, to like try to stop it, and like it goes on this whole journey. There's a love story at the end of it. Like I cried at the end of it. Like it just was like really like emotional and like just like really well done. And it's got some pretty cool cameos that you wouldn't expect, which I won't give away. But yeah, but it's just a limited series. So yeah.
Quick behind the scenes note: when Jordan sent me his list, he wrote 11/32/64, and I went,
yeah, because that like just a bunch of numbers. So I was like, I don't remember what.
Well, yeah, but 32. There's no months with 32 days, so that doesn't even logistically make sense.
I wasn't thinking of a date. I was just thinking of numbers.
I will say I would have actually voted for that just because I feel like The Simpsons has like overdone its welcome, and it's just
but like the episodes that are great are fucking great.
Yeah.
Me as a Simpsons character right there.
Yeah.
I'm in The Simpsons. Come on.
Yeah. Anyway. All right. Going down to Fringe, and Zach, I didn't know if you meant One Piece as in the anime or the.
Yeah, I think I sent you a message. It was the live action one.
Oh, okay.
Okay. The one,
I might have missed that, but all right.
No,
Yeah.
that was the one you have. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I guessed. I couldn't find the message.
You guessed correct.
But anyways, it's the Netflix thing based on the anime, and then there's Fringe. So, Jordan.
Yeah. So I've never really seen too much of the anime to get a reference for the live action one, but when I worked at a movie theater, they did show the couple episodes of One Piece. I didn't really understand what was happening. It's just them traveling around on like a boat doing stuff. I don't really know what was going on, but yeah, I'm not the biggest anime fan, but Fringe like just blew me out of the water. Like it was just really, really good. Like it has a lot of X-Files vibes, like that they like have all these different cases like FBI agents, but they're investigating like paranormal and like things a lot like the X-Files, but the cast just really work. Anna Torv, she's great. John Noble might be my favorite character. Like he just plays like a crazy guy that they get out of a like insane asylum place or like one of those like hospital places. And then Joshua Jackson from Mighty Ducks, he's awesome. Lance Reddick, rest in peace. And then Kirk Acevedo, he's really good too. So a really great cast, and like they really have like a really cool storyline that has some like heart to it, and the music, that's another one where the music's really good. They deal with some alternate realities that just really work really well. So yeah, just a fun kind of journey. They even have some kind of like almost horror elements at like some points, and so yeah. And I've never seen One Piece, but I heard it got really good reviews. So like it's been one of the best like adaptations of an anime in a long time. So I want to check it out, but I'll go Fringe. Brian.
Yeah, I haven't seen One Piece either. I'm not a big anime person as well, but I've been meaning to watch Fringe, but there's so much TV right now I haven't been able to watch it. So for this matchup, I'll go with Fringe.
Yeah. And also, it's one of the like 3 or 4 series created by J.J. Abrams too.
Yeah.
But JPO.
Similar logic here, actually. Yeah, I'm not a big anime guy, so I like the look of One Piece that is in the live action one. I just haven't gotten to it one way or the other. And I only saw, I think, the first season of Fringe, but I liked what I saw, so I'll go Fringe.
Yeah, there was a point in time where I literally gifted every single one of my siblings. I have 5. The entire series of Fringe. I'm like, watch this, you're gonna love it. Like whether or not, like I knew if they were into that kind of stuff, I just gave it to them anyways. But Zach.
So to be honest, I've never seen the One Piece anime because it's 1,000 episodes. So I was iffy going into the live action just because I heard it doesn't. A lot of the anime doesn't really translate well to live action, but I loved what I saw, and because it's fun. You have a great main character that you just want to follow, and it has action, but it's also entertaining. So, and I've never seen Fringe, but I'm going with One Piece.
Yeah. Richie, what do you say?
Yeah, I've seen a couple episodes of the anime One Piece. I'm not a huge anime guy either, but and I haven't seen the new version, but I heard it's a faithful adaptation by the mega fans of One Piece, so that's good for them, I guess. But yeah, Fringe. I've seen a few episodes. I wouldn't mind, if I ever got time, I wouldn't mind getting back into it. I like the concept here. But yeah, I haven't really delved into either of them, but I'll go Fringe.
Yeah. And Austin.
I'll go Fringe because it looks like most of the series was directed by Joe Chappelle, who, fun fact, directed Halloween: The Curse of Michael Myers, one of my guilty pleasure Halloween movies, and he directed Phantoms, which Ben Affleck was the bomb in. Right, JPO?
Phantoms like a motherfucker.
Yeah, motherfucker. So there you go. So French.
But you really get to see John Noble like just acting his ass off. He's really good in it.
So One Piece was my number 8 show.
Okay.
Nice.
Better Call Saul and the MacGyver reboot.
The reboot of MacGyver. Okay.
Yeah. Which I didn't even know who was in that. I think that's the guy from X-Men First Class. Am I wrong?
No, you're right.
Yeah,
I don't know. I couldn't tell you.
All right, Brian.
Who's first? Brian.
Yeah, I haven't gone around. I haven't seen MacGyver, but Better Call Saul is a great show. It should have won a lot of Emmy awards, so Better Call Saul.
Yeah. JPO.
Yeah, I never got to MacGyver, another reboot of a beloved what was it, 80s I guess show. But yeah, Better Call Saul somehow found a way to do a spinoff to Breaking Bad and literally nail it and make you even question which one is the best show. So
Yeah.
I absolutely love it, Better Call Saul.
Yeah. Zach.
I mean, I think you know which one I'm going with, the one that was actually my choice, and that is the MacGyver reboot.
Because you haven't seen Better Call Saul. We got it.
Yeah. You gotta see it. But Richie.
Yeah, the dude from the MacGyver reboot is Lucas Till. He's Havoc from the from X-Men trilogy.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm not a these reboots sort of came around at the same time. I'm glad you like them, Zach. But yeah, I don't know. I prefer. I watched the original a lot with my my dad kind of got me into them, and I liked that. Watched maybe an episode or two of this one. It wasn't a thing. One of the fan. It wasn't. Yeah, it was. Yeah, like this Magnum PI. I kind of put them in the same box. But Better Call Saul is fucking great. Probably you could argue one of the best spin-offs of all time. I absolutely love this show. So yeah, I think it'll be a heavy hitter in this tournament as well as Breaking Bad. So yeah, I'll go for Better Call Saul.
Yeah. Austin.
Yeah, I haven't seen any of MacGyver. Didn't even honestly know it existed until I put it on this bracket. So shows you. I don't follow the CBS reboots. I haven't watched Better Call Saul yet. I've been meaning to get to it. I will get to it because obviously the Breaking Bad connection. And now that it's over and I can just binge through the whole thing, that's probably what I'll do. Eventually, is just plow through the whole thing. So I'll go Better Call Saul.
Yeah, so I haven't seen the MacGyver reboot either, but Better Call Saul, in my opinion, is the best slow burn of all time ever made. There's just things that you see, little nuances from the characters and things in the way that it ties in with Breaking Bad. There's this scene that I always think of where it's Rhea Seehorn, which she deserves all the awards. She's a phenomenal actress who plays Kim in the third, and she goes to this really hard, particularly hard day with these clients trying to work on this case or whatever, and then she just comes home and she's out on the balcony with Bob Odenkirk's character, and she's just I think she's drinking, maybe smoking a little bit, but you see her just kind of break down from the events of the day and the things that she's been going through over a period of time, and it's just you just see all the emotion. It just gave me the chill. I'm this is one of the greatest acting performances I've ever seen. It is just so good, and there's just so many moments you get that from Giancarlo Esposito. You get it from Jonathan Banks. There's a guy Michael Mando, he plays Nacho in it. There's Tony Dalton, he plays Lalo. They all have great moments to shine here. And yeah, I think that it's the best slow burn ever made on TV. So yeah, Better Call Saul.
All right. Going down to Expedition Unknown and Cobra Kai, which Cobra Kai was the other crossover that both you guys had. So there you go.
Well, wore my Cobra Kai shirt yesterday, so it's in the wash.
All right. JPO?
Can I get do we want to talk about what
Zach, go ahead. Yeah, pitch Zach. Oh, sorry.
Expedition Unknown is this guy, Josh Gates, who every episode he tries to uncover legends or tales of maybe lost cities or things like that. And some of the episodes he actually uncovers not buried but discovered cities and things like that. So it's very much, it's kind of interesting in all the lengths that he will go to try to uncover all of these legends.
Is he related to Benjamin Gates from National Treasure? Because that's what it sounds like.
Yeah.
Is he the real version of that?
In a way, I think he is, yes.
Chipio.
No, that sounds kind of cool. But yeah, that's against another heavyweight favorite of mine for the last few years, Cobra Kai. Funny enough, I think I've probably looked at this before. Never seen Karate Kid. Well, that's not true. I've seen the Jackie Chan Karate Kid. You don't need to see it. You see all the flashbacks. That
is the Karate Kid
for this show. So I enjoyed a lot. Shout out to pro wrestler Paul Walter Hauser. Shout out to my buddies Brett Ernst and Derek Russo, who are up here in the show. I have another buddy too, Adam something that's in there too. So yeah, I gotta go Cobra Kai here. A lot of fun.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Zach?
Richie, right? Where'd you already vote, Zach?
He hasn't really voted. He just pitched.
Okay.
I'm actually. Again, I really like Expedition Unknown, but I like Cobra Kai even more because you get the action, but you also get to learn about all of these different characters and the relationships between them. And as a fun side note, I did find out that Ralph Macchio and Jackie Chan are going to be doing a Karate Kid next movie together, so that'll be fun.
Yeah.
But I'm going to go with Cobra Kai.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Richie.
Yeah, I didn't know Expedition Unknown existed until just now. I know Destination Unknown. It's a good song by Rancid. Ruby Soho theme song.
Richie Goodacre.
Cobra Kai, I'm actually in the midst of trying to binge now. I really enjoyed it. It's an easy watch. It's a lot of fun. So Cobra Kai.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Austin.
Yeah, pretty easily Cobra Kai. It's going to be on my list as well. It's my current favorite, current TV show, that's still running. And yeah, what they've done with the Karate Kid lore is pretty damn fantastic. They pretty much used everybody except for Hilary Swank. So maybe she'll show up this last season. I don't know. She's pretty much the only person they haven't.
Do we need to use her?
I feel like she's a big enough star, and you kind of complete it. You can't ignore it. So they've used everybody else. Not everybody loved Karate Kid 3, but they've made that movie more beloved because of the damn TV show. So, they could turn anything around, I think, with this group. Super easy to watch, 30-minute episodes. You can breeze right through it, and it's pretty great. So, yeah, I'll go Cobra Kai.
Yeah, so to me, Cobra Kai is so good that, for years, my favorite TV show of all time was Boy Meets World, but Cobra Kai's up there. It's my number 2, and ask me on a certain day, it might be my number 1. It's just that good. I think that this is how you do an adaptation of a movie turned into a series. This is the blueprint. This is the staple. It's just done so well. The music's great. The way that the characters are interact, the writing. The season 2 finale where they have the brawl at the school just blew my mind. I'm like, what is happening? This is insane. And just I don't know, they're just all great. I met some of the freaking cast. Ralph Macchio and Peyton List and William Zabka. And I didn't know that William Zabka was that great of a freaking actor until I saw this. And then I go back and watch the original, and I realized, he's pretty good back then too. You just didn't really maybe notice as much, but just makes the movies better. And I wish this series would go on forever, but it will be the last season coming up, so it'll be interesting. So,
I don't mind a show that picks a season and just ends it before it.
At least they get to have definitive.
I like ones that have an end goal and they just end it strong. That's
we'll get to Breaking Bad, and
Breaking Bad did it 5 seasons and done. Yeah, Better Call Saul. Also 5 seasons and done. Yeah, whatever.
Ted Lasso. Yeah.
Ted Lasso. Yeah, Walking Dead, way too fucking long. Too many spinoffs. I'm done with that shit.
Okay, and also really. It's still going.
That's what I mean. It's what the fuck?
Yeah.
What are we doing?
Still going.
You've milked that franchise enough.
Yeah, you got 5 spin-offs.
I can't keep up with that shit. I'm done. I tapped out. Enough already.
I have my theories about Ted Lasso, though. Maybe they'll come back. I don't know. But
they've got more spin-offs than Power. You know that show, Power, 50 Cent show?
Yeah.
Yeah,
but anyway, I've never seen Expedition Unknown, but it's a good one to put on my radar. Kind of a good adventure kind of series that, but I'll go with
Star Trek TNG, 7 seasons and done. Great, fantastic.
Yep.
Great.
They could have done 7 seasons and done for Cobra Kai.
Well, they're doing 6 and done.
Yeah.
Community has a goal. 6 seasons a movie. Do that.
Yeah.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But Brian.
Yeah, I also met Ralph Macchio and William Zabka last year. Even the guy played
cool.
Yuji Okadacho, I believe is his name. But
cool.
yeah, Cobra Kai is also going to be my 32. It's a great adaptation for the movie to TV show. You get also great heel to face turn for wrestling wise. So yeah, Cobra Kai gets my vote.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, when the last season of Cobra Kai came out, I remember that I sat down and I'm going to watch one episode and I got to go to work. And since I set my own schedule, I ended up watching a whole season in one sitting. Like, it was that good. But anyways, JPO?
I voted for
Oh, he voted.
Yeah,
Okay, gotcha.
Cool.
Gotcha. Sorry, I forgot to mark his vote down.
Yeah.
My bad. Cobra Kai, and I think this is the last one. Or no, we're not there yet. So we're almost there. We got to keep going. We're almost there. Holy shit!
Close.
All right, American Ninja Warrior and Fargo. Zach.
Well, my vote is for American Ninja Warrior. That is my choice. Basically, having these gymnasts and rock climbers and other athletes like that competing on different obstacles against each other and trying to see who will go further through to win. I believe it's $1 million, but it's a whole season full of just obstacles, and it's kind of unique just to see what they have to go through. And I've just never seen Fargo, so
Yeah, that's fair. Richie, what do you say?
It's actually pretty tough because those sort of endurance, reality competition shows, I have a soft spot for because I really loved Gladiators as a kid, and they've actually rebooted it here in Australia, like an Australian version. So I've been watching that, and I liked there's a Netflix show called Ultimate Beastmaster, which is a good, good show. One of the seasons, one of the commentators is CM Punk, wrestling time. But yeah, it's probably closer than it should be. But yeah, I love Fargo. I like this how the sort of every season sort of very kind of separate from one another, and it's like different cast. So I like that they do that, like they do with True Detective. But unlike True Detective, I think this doesn't have sort of diminishing returns. I get, and hasn't introduced aliens yet, as far as I know. I think it's still really good. So I'm gonna go Fargo.
But yeah, that Ultimate Beastmaster, like it used to be a comedian, Chris Stefano, who was one of the commentators, and he has a famous story that he tells where like he makes like a racial comment and they kicked him off. There's an Asian character that like falls off into the water. He's like, there he goes, right into the duck sauce or something like that. And they're like, no, you can't say that, and they kicked him off. Yeah, but anyways, Austin.
Yeah, fun fact: 3 wrestlers who have competed on American Ninja Warrior: Nikki Bella, Zach Gowen, and Katana Chance have all been on there.
Yeah.
And then Tanahashi, did the Japanese version way back in the day. We were seeing that.
Okay.
I used to watch the Japanese one. It used to come on G4. I used to watch it at the gym on their TVs. So yeah, no, I really like Ninja Warrior. It's a lot of fun, and I haven't seen it in Fargo, so I'll go with Ninja Warrior.
Out of all the people, you wouldn't think Zach Gowen would be the bottom of your list of people you'd think would have done that show.
Would have competed on that, yeah.
But good on him, whatever.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah. So Fargo's mine, but I do really like American Ninja Warrior. I think that that's really solid. It's a lot of fun to watch. Like, I'd like to attempt the course, like if I ever could, and like lose in like about 15 seconds. But I mean, like it'd be kind of cool just to like see what you could do. But and yeah, Fargo. If you haven't seen it, it's a I forget what they call it, where it's like each season has a different cast and a different
anthology
story. Yeah, it's an anthology series. There you go. That's what I'm looking for. And they're all really, really good. I think the Chris Rock season, that's like the 4th one, is the weakest one. But I mean, they're all really good. My favorite is season 2. Like, just gets crazy. That one has Kristen Dunst and Jesse Plemons and Ted Danson, Patrick Wilson. Like, they're all and like it might be where like Jesse Plemons and Kristen Dunst got together. I don't know.
I literally just 10 seconds ago.
Yeah, right.
Oh, yeah. But they're both going to be in Civil War coming out soon next year.
Yeah.
Apparently that's really good.
Yeah, but the latest season 5 was really awesome too. Like Juno Temple from Ted Lasso, like she is giving a powerhouse performance, just like so good, just like man, like one of the best ones I've seen out of her. And then John Hamm plays a great villain in it. And like they're all good though. Like they all have like different things. They're supposed to be true stories. I mean, they really embellish, I feel like. But I mean, I think that like almost all the seasons are even better than the movie, and the movie's great. And the Coen brothers are producers, so I don't know. I mean, they have some hand in it. I don't know how much, but yeah. But there's another one where the music's great and it just keeps you on the edge of your seat, and they really build tension like that, like really well. So you're like just like if you were in the theater, you'd be grabbing your armrest as hard as you can because it's just like really tense. But yeah, I'll go Fargo. Brian.
Yeah, I haven't seen Fargo, so I'll go with Ninja Warrior. Short and sweet.
Yeah.
Okay.
JPO.
I actually really like American Ninja Warrior. I've liked it since it was in Japan.
Yeah.
I like those seasons too because when enough people had failed, they just ended the show. Like they didn't keep going. Like if you get this far, like they would actually just go, okay, it's done. But yeah, no, I mean I'll probably go with the one that as more acting and script. Fargo. I've only seen the first season actually, but I'm really intrigued on seeing the rest.
Yeah, they get better and better, except for that Chris Rock one is okay, but
we actually have a tie to Zach.
American Ninja Warrior.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. All right. The Walking Dead. Speaking of shows that went on too long.
I was saying Magnum PI and it's there.
Magnum PI. Yes, it's on
there.
There it is. So there you go. Richie, go ahead.
Yeah, like I mentioned it before. I thought like Magnum PI and MacGyver and all these like crime, these like police procedural reboots. I just lump them into one thing. I'd like they might be all right. I don't know, but like I don't know. I just find them unnecessary. But
the crime of the week. And spoiler alert, they killed it this week. Spoiler.
And yeah, I mean I have the same issues with Walking Dead as like most people. It's like it's like really long in the tooth, and it was like okay, they finally ended it, but then like hey, well we technically ended the main story, but then we're going to spin everything off. And
3 different times, or 4. Or
4
5
now, and I'm sure
because they have one with like kids and teenagers or something.
Dead City. There was one that didn't work, and then there's the ones who live, and then there's there's probably gonna be another one. The Fear of the Walking Dead. I'll go Walking Dead though because the first couple of seasons of that were bangers. It just became long in the tooth, and it just didn't quit what was behind. So I'll go Walking Dead.
Yeah. Austin.
Yeah, I tapped out when they didn't kill Negan. I fucking tapped out. You leave the guy alive, especially.
Yeah, that's kind of where you.
Especially after what's her name, Maggie didn't kill Negan when she had the chance afterwards, like in their little one-on-one, and then now they have a spinoff together. Like, fuck off, that's stupid. So I don't care. That's fucking stupid. They should be palling around with each other. She should hate this guy with every fiber of her being. But I can't, again, discount the entertainment I got from the show for a really, really long time. For those 7 or 8 seasons or so. I just tapped out after they did the time jump and just got uninteresting to me. So the 9th season. So I'll go back and finish the main thing through season 11 or whatever eventually, but just not right now. But I'll still vote for Walking Dead.
Yeah, one of my favorite memes is they have a meme with the Glenn action figure, and it's literally just a thing of ground beef. That's all it is. But if you know, you know. So let me tell you how to watch The Walking Dead. You watch like up until the Negan thing happens, then you give it a few years break, and then once you've had like 3, 4, like however many years you want to put between it, you can go back and you can actually get back into it and just appreciate it for what it is. And like I've gone back to, I actually haven't seen the final season. I just barely started going back to rewatch the final season because my sister and her husband, it's like a show that they've been watching together. So yeah, and then I'll eventually get to the spinoffs and all that stuff. Because I've read a lot of the comic books actually, like have all them digitally. Like that's when I went and bought them all digital, and they're kind of fun that way because they're slightly animated, and some iterations have music and stuff to it. So that's cool. And Magnum PI, it's just one I was never interested in. I prefer Tom Selleck or like who does it in the 80s. So yeah, but I'll vote for the Walking Dead because again it's one that has great characters, and I love a show with great character. I love me some good characters.
Jordan, I was going to say, if you take years off, you're probably going to have like 20 spinoffs by then. So,
well, I mean, just like you take years off from watching it and then you come back. But,
yeah, I mean, technically they ended the
mean.
main series. It's just all these spinoffs now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's
just go back to the main series after years off, and it's up to you.
Well, I know what he means because they do a time jump in season 9 where they like jump ahead a couple of years and like the little baby's all growing up and shit, and that's where I tapped out. I was just done with.
I just say that it's up to you to watch the spinoffs. That's each individual, but you should go back and finish it if you started it. Just give it some time to like have a breather. But Brian, what do you say?
Yeah, I haven't seen either, but all shows love to Walking Dead.
Yeah. GPO.
Yeah, I had never seen much of Magnum PI. Again, maybe an episode somewhere, but Walking Dead. I'm not against you guys by any means. I did finish it because I was like, well, I put enough time. I gotta fucking see this shit to the end. So I went to the very end. I'm even not watching the Rick and fucking Michonne story because I'm like, I feel like the main story is not done because like Rick's still alive.
Yeah.
So I'm still kind of watching that. I gave up on Dead City. I didn't even start the Daryl thing. They're bringing back what's her name for the Daryl show next season. It looks like
Maggie.
No, who's the one that was always?
Or not Maggie. Carol. That's what I meant to say. Carol.
Yeah. So Carol's back, which is I'm not surprised by. I feel like the show's still really going on. I think they cheated. But they're like, listen, the reviews aren't good, the ratings aren't good. Let's say it's ending, so the last season will go up. But let's not really end it. But the highs are still high. Like I love those first several seasons here. Negan's intro is great, so I'll go Walking Dead for sure.
Yeah, I met most of the cast of The Walking Dead, but Norman Reedus kept canceling. I went to 3 conventions where he freaking canceled.
I caught him first season when he was still mainly promoting Boondock Saints, and that's where I got his autograph.
Nice.
Like when he had like no line because it was mainly just a cult guy from like Boondock Saints. That was it. So that's how I met John Berthel too with no line because that was before he was famous. Yep.
Yeah.
And Glenn, everybody. I have pictures of all those guys like first season.
Yeah. But Zach.
I mean, you know where I'm going because Magnum PI. It's another police procedural, but I enjoy all of them that I've seen. And to be honest, I only got through like season 3 of Walking Dead before I tapped out because I was just kind of bored with it. So I'm going with Magnum PI, but since it's going, that was my number 7 favorite show.
Okay.
So
yeah. Right. Well, I know Magnum PI had Bobby Lee in it for like 7 episodes or something. He plays a doctor.
Got Deadliest Warrior and The Amazing Race. Does everybody know what these are, or does he need to?
I mean, I know The Amazing Race.
I know what they are.
I'm kind of familiar with Deadliest Warrior, but
Deadliest Warrior is awesome.
Basically, Deadliest Warrior, every week they pit 2 like warriors against each other, and they take like 3 of their used weapons and they test them out, and after a while, after the end of the episode, they do like 1,000 simulations of who would actually win in a fight between them 2. And like a couple episodes is like knight versus pirate and Viking versus samurai, and basically just their weapons and who would kill the other one more. So
they even had a video game for Deadliest.
I'm sorry to say that the video game was garbage.
Yeah.
They even had a video game for The Amazing Race, which is also shit.
They really? They had a video game?
Yeah.
There's a Lost game, not very good.
Oh yeah, I actually have that for my computer. The Lost Via Domus. I actually have that.
I'm up first. I've seen a few Deadliest Warriors. I used to come on Spike, so I used to see it occasionally, just flipping around. Interesting premise. But I'll give you a fun fact. My dad and I auditioned for The Amazing Race.
Oh yeah,
and we got one callback. Actually, we went to a follow-up, like out of the tryout they did at like a Rooms to Go or something like that.
I would love to do The Amazing Race.
So the pitch, I cut a promo in my ref shirt. I swear to God, that's exactly what I did, just to try to catch people's attention, and it worked. At least to get a call back, and then we didn't get past the second call. So
the thing is, they don't give that to like just randos anymore. They give it to
it's all celebrities. It's all people who are known. Yeah, 100%.
it's all celebrities, or it's all people who have done it before or done other reality TV.
Yeah, it's other reality stars, it's sports people, it's celebrity. Yeah, they quit doing like regular people, and it's all just like famous people, and that's pretty much what happened this season we auditioned for. So yeah, they just didn't even use anybody, which so it's kind of like a why do we bother if you're just going to use people who already have like some name quality? I don't know, but despite that, I'll still vote for The Amazing Race because I did watch about at least the first 10 seasons or so. I haven't watched it lately. I know they're on season 36. I can't fucking believe that. Same with Survivor. Survivor's like nearing like season 50 or some shit. It's insane. Like that shit is insane. So yeah.
Crazy. Well, for me, like these are both Zach's, but like out of two that you picked, these are two shows I love actually. Like I remember watching Deadliest Warrior all the time. Like I love seeing how they like take the different weapons and the different types of warriors. They even do some like modern warriors and even characters too. And like it's a lot of fun. It was on Spike TV back when that was a thing. But The Amazing Race though, like my biggest passion in life is traveling. Like if I had the money, like I wouldn't even have a house. I'd just like spend my whole life traveling. Like I would like love to do that. And so like just like seeing like that people get to travel all around the world and see cool, awesome, amazing places is a lot of fun. And yeah, like if I could do that show, I would do it. I mean, who knows? I don't know if they pick just random people anymore, maybe, but yeah. So I think that I got to go with Amazing Race, and that guy, the host of The Amazing Race, I can't remember that guy's name, but Phil
Kogan.
Yeah, he has the best job in the world. He just goes to like whatever destination they're going to be at, and just stays at some hotel and just hangs out and waits for him. So yeah, that is a great job. But Brian,
how is it Deadliest Warrior still going to Amazing Race?
Yeah, JPO.
I've never really watched either, but the one that I'm choosing more is Amazing Race.
Yeah. Zach.
So while I like both, I'm going with The Amazing Race because even though the later seasons, it's more about strategy and teaming up, which I never really liked that aspect of it. I always loved the travel to all these unique locations, but also the different challenges that they did kind of made it fun. So because of that, I'm going with The Amazing Race.
Yeah. I've seen about 10 seasons. I want to get back into it. Yeah. But Richie.
Yeah, I was a huge Amazing Race fan. I don't get I've never really got this is the obsession with celebrity, and we're kind of moving more towards that now. So yeah, I like when it's just your regular, Joe Blow. But yeah, I liked it. It was a good. It was almost I like seeing all different places, but also there's just things I'd question all the time too. Like you'd see them just rush to the airport, but then get tickets, but they're never you never see them hand over any money or anything. It's like, I want tickets this half an hour. Sure, we got it.
Well, and actually, they go like, 2 tickets for whatever. I'm like, isn't it like 4 tickets with the cameraman too, or something? Like,
yeah,
how's that work? And they always manage to have seats. There's no sold out flights ever. They always just get right on. It's weird.
Yeah.
But no, I was entertained by it, and then just seeing bickering. It definitely tests a relationship. I imagine just seeing bickering couples, but assessing their relationship at the end. But yeah, and Deadliest Warrior sounds cool, but yeah, I'm going Amazing Race. Yeah.
There's always that one couple you just love to hate too every season. That's one of my.
I stepped away for a second. JPO and Brian, what'd y'all vote for? I had to step away for a second.
Amazing Race.
I think it's a clean sweep for Amazing Race.
Okay, gotcha. Sounds good. All right, finally at the almost 3-hour mark, we're here. So let's speed it up.
I feel the need for speed. Ow!
Zoom. All right.
And Scientology.
And Scientology. All right, so let's speed it up, guys, and get to the finish here.
Don't you love these favorite episodes where we talk way too long?
Oh my God, you'll talk forever. Anyways, all right, so go to Jordan first. Face Off versus Breaking Bad.
I'll go Breaking Bad.
All right, Brian.
Breaking Bad.
Breaking Bad. JPO.
Breaking Bad.
Breaking Bad. Zach.
Face Off.
Richie.
Breaking Bad.
Yeah, and I'll also go Breaking Bad. So Breaking Bad moves on. We got The Bear and Scooby-Doo. Brian.
Scooby-Doo.
Bear versus the dog. GPU.
Mm-hmm.
I feel weird saying this, but maybe in 6 months, but Scooby-Doo for now.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Zach.
Scooby-Doo.
Mm-hmm. Richie.
I'm with JPO. If I finish watching The Bear, I'll probably go The Bear. But as of now, Scooby-Doo.
Austin.
The Bear. More interested.
Yeah, The Bear. Like, it's incredible.
So maybe an upset here, but Scooby-Doo moves on and beats The Bear. All right, so Heroes and Looney Tunes. JPO.
Oh, man. Looney Tunes.
Okay.
Zach.
Looney Tunes.
Richie.
Looney Tunes.
Austin.
Looney Tunes.
I gotta go Heroes. Brian.
Mary Melody is Looney Tunes.
Wow. Oh man. This might be an interesting tournament in the long run after seeing the initial thing.
It might.
I don't know. Zach might pull the upset here with his picks. We'll see.
You never know.
High score in the X-Files. Zach.
High score.
Okay. Richie?
Richie.
The X-Files.
Yeah, I'll go X-Files. Jordan?
I'll go X-Files. Brian?
High score.
And JP?
X-Files.
X-Files. All right. There we go. Going down to Scrubs and Reaper. Richie?
Scrubs.
Scrubs.
I'm going to go with Reaper.
Okay.
Brian?
Scrubs.
GPO.
Well, just like your actual show, Reaper, you're only lasting 2 rounds. Scrubs.
Yeah. Zach.
Scrubs.
Yep. Okay.
All right. So Scrubs moves on. And we'll go down to Boy Meets World and Timeless. Me first. Timeless. Jordan.
I go Feeney. Boy Meets World. Brian.
Boy Meets World.
GPO.
Boy Meets World.
Okay. Zach.
Timeless.
Yep. And Richie.
Timeless Tony Storm.
That's not one of the options? What are you actually going for?
Timeless.
Okay. All right. We have a tie to Richie.
Timeless.
Oh, you're breaking my heart.
Oh no. Behind the Attraction, Inside the Actor Studio, Jordan.
Wait, what's that first one?
Behind the Attraction.
Oh, okay.
The
I'll go Behind the Attraction.
Okay. Brian.
This is close. Behind the Actor Studio. And Behind the Attraction.
I said Behind the Actor Studio. Okay. Okay.
What are they doing in there?
That'd be the crossover where James Lipton shows you around different attractions.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. JPO.
James Lipton.
Okay.
Zach.
Behind the Attraction.
Okay. Richie?
Inside the Actors Studio.
Yeah, I'll stick Inside the Actor Studio. That makes it a tie to me, and I'm going to go with Lipton here. Rest in peace. So, all right.
Okay, you got rid of my number 9 show. So.
Oh, sorry, Zach. White Lotus and the Imagineering Story. Brian.
Imagineering Story.
Okay, JPO.
White Lotus.
Okay.
Zach.
Imagineering Story.
All right. Richie.
Richie.
White Lotus.
I'll go Imagineering Story. Jordan.
I'll go White Lotus.
Okay, it's a tie to Jordan.
Yay, White Lotus. That's just incredible.
Okay.
Thank you, Jordan, for getting rid of my number 3 show.
Oh man, it's all right. Jordan got some of his knocked out, like Friday Night Lights and Boy Meets World.
Yeah,
so y'all are pretty even. Y'all are pretty even right now, actually.
Boy Meets World.
So yeah, so y'all are fairly even right now. We'll see in the Elite Eight who has more, but
yeah.
All right, so Severance and Stranger Things. JPO.
Severance.
Okay. Zach.
Stranger Things.
Richie.
Severance.
Stranger Things. Jordan.
I'll go Stranger Things. Brian.
And Brian.
Severance.
Okay, we have a tie to Brian.
Severance.
Severance moves on. Okay.
All right.
Parks and Rec and Monday Night Raw. Zach.
Raw.
Richie.
I said I wouldn't vote for Roy every time, so Parks and Rec.
Yeah, Parks and Rec will be on my list. So Parks and Rec.
Yeah. For literally one of the best shows ever, Parks and Rec.
Mm-hmm. Brian?
Right. The show that gets good mid-season 2, Parks and Rec.
All right.
JPO?
Nah, fuck it, I'll go for Russell.
Okay. That was close, but Parks and Rec will move on. Conan and Seinfeld. Richie?
Oh, no.
Shit. Conan.
Seinfeld.
Yeah, I think I gotta go Conan here. Brian.
You know what? That's what we're Conan.
Yep. JPO.
It's so weird to vote between these two. I gotta go Seinfeld though.
Yeah.
Zach.
I'm gonna go with Conan.
Wow. Okay.
They're technically both shows.
Even though
Conan's just like a style
talk show. Yeah. Ted Lasso and Star Trek TNG. I'll go Star Trek. Jordan.
I'll go Star Trek.
Okay.
Brian.
I'll make it so. Go for Next Generation.
Yeah, make it so. GPO.
Ted Lasso.
Okay.
Zach.
Ted Lasso.
Yep. Richie.
Ted Lasso.
Yes.
Okay, we have a tie to JPO.
Ted Lasso.
Wow.
Ouch.
Okay.
Ouch.
Favorite show of all time.
All right. You're knocking out a couple of my favorite shows of all time that'll show up on my episode. All right. Arrested Development and it's not my episode though, so I can't be upset.
Yeah.
It's not my episode. So we'll see him again. Arrested Development and The Simpsons. Jordan.
The Simpsons.
All right.
Brian.
Yeah, both seem to be my third two, but I'll go with The Simpsons.
Okay.
GPO.
Shit, man, but yeah, I'll go Simpsons.
Okay.
Zach.
Simpsons.
Richie.
I would have gone with Arrested Development.
Okay.
Austin.
The show I wasn't allowed to watch as a kid, The Simpsons.
Weird. I wasn't allowed to watch it either.
Same with Monday Night Raw, actually, ironically enough.
Even though there's way worse shows than The Simpsons.
Oh no, way worse than The Simpsons. Yeah, I didn't really understand that.
Yeah.
My mom and dad wouldn't let me watch Naked News. I can't believe that.
Oh yeah.
My parents were actually fine with that.
My mom and dad had this weird thing about pornography. It was strange. I don't know. They wouldn't let me watch that. I don't know why.
My parents also wouldn't let me watch Married with Children either. That was the other one.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay. Brian, Better Call Saul and Fringe.
Better Call Saul.
Okay. JPO.
Yeah.
Better Call Saul.
Zach.
Fringe.
Yep. Richie.
Better Call Saul.
Austin.
The one I'm gonna watch very soon. Better Call Saul.
Yeah, Better Call Saul.
It's probably going to be my new gym show. I'm going to start watching TV at the gym because that makes more sense. Watch like a 40-minute episode or something, on the elliptical. I need to start doing that. So get to some of these goddamn TV shows. Yeah, I need to.
We watch it and then you realize, I just went 40 minutes on elliptical and barely even noticed because I was invested in this show.
Yeah, and if I go, 5 times a week, I can knock out 5 episodes in a week.
Yeah,
that's my thing. So, Cobra Kai and Ninja Warrior. All right. Yeah.
Karate versus ninjas.
Yes. JPO first. JPO.
Cobra Kai.
Okay. All right. Zach.
Ninja Warrior.
Richie.
I like the parallel between the shows, but yeah. Cobra Kai.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Awesome.
The show that'll be on my episode, Cobra Kai.
Yeah, let's go with Eagle Fang Karate, Cobra Kai.
Brian.
Brian.
Another show will be my third too. Cobra Kai never dies. Cobra Kai.
All right. Cobra Kai.
And that was
Strike first,
the
no
last
mercy.
of my top 10. So.
Oh, gotcha.
Oh, dang.
Oh no. Walking Dead and Amazing Race. Zach.
Easily Amazing Race.
Okay. Richie.
Okay.
Two shows that don't know how to die.
Yeah.
I don't know. Walking Dead. Sure.
Yeah. Austin.
Walking Dead.
But technically, Amazing Race sometimes has 2 seasons a year, so there's kind of.
You know what? Those fuckers from Raising Race didn't call me back after that one, so fuck them. Walking Dead.
Yeah.
If I would have been on there, that'd be a whole nother story.
Yeah, I'll go with The Walking Dead.
Brian.
Brian.
I'm going to go Amazing Race.
And JPO.
Walking Dead.
Walking Dead moves on. Okay.
Didn't call me back either. Sure, it'd be slow as fuck, but who cares?
All right, I did a little better on that side.
Okay. All right. Well, the next votes will determine the Elite Eight. Jordan, I'm going to let you take lead on the poll since you're part of this episode. So you get that done this weekend.
Okay. Sure.
Yeah.
Let me write them down.
I keep forgetting them. So yeah, you write them down.
Okay.
All right. You ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Breaking Bad versus Scooby-Doo for the Elite Eight. Richie. Oh wait, no, this one deserves it.
Yeah,
only on tournament fights. No, only on tournament fights where you see a match like this.
Yeah.
Breaking Bad.
Yeah, yeah, another one that'll be on my episode, Breaking Bad.
Yep, Breaking Bad. Yep.
All right, Brian.
Brian.
Scooby-Doo.
Okay, JPO.
Ruh-roh, this show is rocked. Get it? It's fucked. Breaking Bad.
Yeah. And Zach.
Scooby-Doo.
All right, closer than I thought it would be, but Breaking Bad. Okay.
That'd be funny if like Scooby-Doo actually said that, but then just for the F word, he broke out of his normal accent.
Yes.
Ruh-roh, this is fucked.
Yeah. So Breaking Bad into the Elite Eight. We got Looney Tunes and the X-Files. Me first. I'll actually go Looney Tunes.
Only on tournament fights again.
Yeah, no, I can do it for all of these.
Yeah.
Jordan.
X-Files, like by a mile.
All right, Brian.
Looney Tunes.
Looney Tunes. JPO.
X-Files.
Zach.
Looney Tunes.
Looney Tunes and Richie.
You guys remember X-Files was Men in Black and Celebrity Deathmatch? That was pretty cool.
Oh yeah.
I
forgot about Celebrity Deathmatch.
I'll go Looney Tunes. Yeah, actually.
Okay, Looney Tunes into the Elite Eight.
Really?
All right, write it down,
Wow.
Jordan. Yeah. Looney Tunes is classic, man. It's the reason it's been around forever. So yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Sure.
Scrubs versus Timeless. Jordan.
Scrubs.
Brian.
Scrubs.
JPO's going Scrubs.
Hell yeah.
Assume. Zach.
Timeless.
Timeless. Richie.
Was that don't want no Scrubs? He's like TLC.
Yeah.
I'll go Scrubs.
Yeah, no, let's go Scrubs. Scrubs into the 8. Inside the Actor Studio and the White Lotus. Brian.
Actor Studio.
Actor Studio. Okay. JPO.
Go Actor Studio.
Okay.
Zach.
Inside the Actor Studio.
Richie.
Genuinely surprised how far Actor Studios has gone.
Yeah, I'm like shocked. The same thing you can see on YouTube every day of your life.
No, it's going to go further. Actor Studio.
Just like random celebrities being interviewed.
No,
it's not really. No, he dives into like their whole career. It's long form shit before long form was popular, even podcasting. So I would disagree with that. I would disagree with that.
James Lipton puts me to sleep. I don't know.
I find it fascinating. I'm also going to go Inside the Actor Studio.
Oh man, you guys are sleeping on White Lotus. That show's incredible. But
well, that's true. That's because they haven't seen it.
Yeah, I haven't seen it either, so I can't comment on it.
Yeah, we should see it.
All right, Inside the Actor Studio into the Elite Eight. All right,
Wow.
So it's actually even through the first 4 here. So Jordan's got Scrubs and Breaking Bad, and Zach has Looney Tunes and Inside the Actor Studio. So it is split down the middle right now.
Yep.
Let's see what happens on the other side. So Severance and Parks and Recreation.
Yeah, the other side is not kind for me. So.
Well,
I think the other side is all mine, maybe.
Yeah, we'll can see JPO, Parks and Rec and Severance.
Parks and Rec.
Zach.
Severance.
Richie.
Just for longevity's sake, I'll go Parks and Rec.
Yep.
Parks and Rec.
I'll also go Parks and Rec.
Okay.
Brian?
I'll do it for little Sebastian, Parks and Rec.
Yeah. Do it for little
Parks.
Sebastian.
All right, so Parks and Rec into the Elite Eight. All right, and we'll go down to Conan and Ted Lasso. Zach.
Ted Lasso.
Richie.
It feels weird, but I don't know.
Don't feel weird about it. Feel great about it.
Yeah, okay, I'll feel great about going to Ted Lasso.
Oh, yeah. That too. Austin.
Conan.
Yeah, let's go Conan. Just wait till he has his travel show, then we can put it back in here. Brian?
I mean, yeah, put it again down the line with U64, Conan O'Brien.
Yep. Nice. JPO.
Ted Lasso.
Okay, we have a tie to Zach.
Ted Lasso.
Okay, Ted Lasso into the 8. All right, going down to The Simpsons and Better Call Saul. Richie?
Fuck.
Oh, man.
Jesus, guys. Better Call Saul.
All right. I'll also go Better Call Saul.
Yeah, right here's my number 6 and my number 7. So it's like razor thin, but I'll go The Simpsons.
Okay.
Brian.
Well, this show's great at predicting stuff. The Simpsons is my vote.
Yeah. Okay. They predicted the whole pandemic. JP.
This is tough. I'll go Better Call Saul.
Okay. And
Zach.
Simpsons.
Okay, we have a tie to Richie.
Fuck me. Fuck you. By the way, I didn't predict the pandemic. I just had a virus episode.
Right.
I hate the internet for that. It's just like, yeah, they had a virus episode. I'm saying 2020, this will happen. No,
Yeah. Okay.
What do you want? I'm sorry.
Saul.
Okay, there was noise there. Okay. All right, Better Call Saul into the all right, into the 8. Going down to Cobra Kai and The Walking Dead. Me first. This is actually kind of tough because I got a lot of great memories of Walking Dead. I mean, I went to a movie theater nearby to watch a couple of the finales, so I was really into it.
Yeah.
But they're both going to be on my episode, but I'll go with Cobra Kai because it's still great as of right now.
Yeah, I did the same thing with Breaking Bad. I went to the movie theater for a couple episodes.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll go Cobra Kai.
Okay.
Brian.
Cobra Kai.
Yeah. Because it hasn't outlived its welcome. It's actually ending. JPO.
Yeah, Cobra Kai.
Okay.
Zach.
Cobra Kai.
And Richie.
I'm not mad. I would say The Walking Dead, but I'm not mad.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, Cobra Kai into the 8. All right, so into the 8 here, going to the final 4.
All right.
On the left side, you got them all, Jordan. You good?
Yep, I got them all.
Okay,
I had 3, but Cobra Kai was shared between Jordan. And
Cobra Kai was a shared one, so technically yes. So we'll see how it goes. So Jordan, you got Breaking Bad and Looney Tunes.
Breaking Bad.
All right, Brian.
For the episode, Looney Tunes.
JPO.
Breaking Bad.
Okay.
Zach.
Looney Tunes.
Yeah. Richie.
This is a crossover I need, but no, I'm not Breaking Bad.
Yeah, it's like Bugs Bunny cooking meth. Austin.
The one I've watched since I was a kid, and I still go back and watch is Looney Tunes. I'll go Looney Tunes. So that's a tie to me. And you know what, Zach? I'm going to throw you a bone. I'm going to give it to Looney Tunes.
Okay. There's an upset right there.
Because you know what? Jordan's they got the majority here, so I'm going to throw you a bone and give you a fighting chance. We'll see what happens. All right.
So Breaking Bad?
Yeah, Scrubs and Inside. We'll see it again. We're gonna see it in multiple episodes. I'd imagine. So, yeah. And I believe it's already won a tournament. I'm pretty sure it won one of our TV tournaments we did with Moose, like way back when. The one I was at the hotel for. Pretty sure.
Probably.
I think it did.
Break back to Jurassic Park for these tournaments.
Yeah, right. I just never wrote down the TV winners as part of the thing. But Brian, we got Inside the Actor Studio and Scrubs.
Tough, but I'll go with Inside the Studio.
Okay.
All right. I'm GPU.
You did it to me twice, Brian. Scrubs.
Yep. Zach.
Actor Studio.
Okay.
Yes, me.
Richie.
This is actually tougher than you'd think. And I legit like Inside the Actor Studio. I'm not even.
Come on, I can't do this all by myself. I'm no Superman. Come on.
I get it. It's like
You vote with your heart, Richie. Don't let people influence you.
Okay, Scrubs.
Awesome.
Actor Studio.
And I'll go Scrubs.
Okay, it's a tie to Jordan.
And it's got to be Scrubs.
All right, we almost did it though. It was close. It was
if it was
close.
Inside the Actor Studio featuring Will Ferrell, maybe. But
No, because it would just be comedy. It would just be comedy.
But it would have been funny if you would have done like a series. I think that could have been funny.
Then you should have posted our live your list because it's our live script.
Yeah.
Just put that.
Yeah.
I'm surprised SNL's not on your list actually.
Yeah, it'll be on mine. It'll be on mine.
It's close, but like SNL's had a lot of like shitty seasons though. So
Yeah, but like, it's still a staple.
Yeah. Parks and Rec and Ted Lasso on the other side. JPO.
Ted Lasso.
So Zach.
Spoiler alert: it's not even in my
Ted
64
Lasso
for Saturday Night Live. But anyway,
Really, we did a show about it. But
I know.
Yeah, that's what it is.
I love it. Well, currently I have it ranked 68. There's been a lot of TV out there.
All right, Zach.
Ted Lasso.
That's Richie.
Parks and Rec.
Parks and Rec. Jordan.
Parks and Rec.
And Brian.
Yeah, probably Jordan has to trade for show his list for 64, but I'll go with Parks and Rec.
Yeah.
Okay. Parks and Rec into the 4. And we got Better Call Saul. Better Call Saul and Cobra Kai. Zach.
Oh, jeez.
Cobra Kai.
Cobra Kai. Richie.
Better Call Saul.
Okay. I'll go Cobra Kai. Jordan.
I'll also go Cobra Kai. Brian.
Cobra Kai.
Yep.
JPO.
Yeah.
Better Call Saul.
Okay, Cobra Kai into the one. So it's technically kind of even because Cobra Kai was a crossover. So we're actually pretty close. So all right. So on the left side, Looney Tunes and Scrubs. We'll start with Richie.
Scrubs.
Yep. Awesome.
The one I've seen most of, Looney Tunes.
There's so much Looney Tunes out there; it's hard to watch it all. But
I've seen a lot of it.
Yeah, I mean, I wish I had seen more, but I'll go Scrubs. Brian.
Yeah, I have to agree with Austin. Which one have I seen more of? Looney Tunes.
Yep.
Okay.
JPO.
Scrubs.
And Zach.
Looney Tunes.
Okay, it's a tie down to Brian.
Yeah, I'm going to help Zach as well. Looney Tunes.
Looney Tunes into the finals. Okay.
Right.
Interesting. All right.
Shoot.
Okay. All right. Secret powerhouse here. All right. So we got Parks and Rec and Cobra Kai on the other side. Damn, I got to go first. These are both are going to be on my episodes. This sucks.
Yeah.
It's like an all-timer versus like the current favorite. The one I guess technically seen more, which is Parks and Rec. So I'll go with that.
I got to go with Cobra Kai, but they're both in my top 10.
Right.
Yeah. Brian.
Yeah, which one is my third two? Is Cobra Kai, so I'll go with Cobra Kai.
Okay. I won't be mad about either of these because they're both great. JPO?
Parks and Rec.
Parks and Rec. Zach?
Cobra Kai.
Kai. And Richie?
Parks and Rec.
Okay, we have another tie. We'll scoot up to JPO this time.
Ooh.
You can. Oh, you did it! You broke some.
Oh, fudge!
All right, Parks and Rec into the finals. Okay. All right.
School versus old school.
Yeah, definitely. All right. Classic Looney Tunes and Parks and Rec. All right, let's see where this goes. Jordan.
Well, I got to do it for. I always forget the name of the character, but when Ron Swanson does the sax guy,
Duke Silver.
Duke Silver.
Yeah, Duke Silver. So let's go Parks and Rec.
Yeah. Brian.
Wagner Flat Environment, Looney Tunes.
GPO.
Chris Pratt, another character that's only supposed to be in a couple episodes, was so damn good they kept him in everything. Parks and Rec.
Yeah. Zach.
You know where I'm going. Looney Tunes.
Okay.
Yep. It's Richie.
Parks and Rec.
Yep. And Austin.
This is interesting. Fuck. God damn it. One I've watched since I was a kid and one I watched when I was in my 30s. Shit.
Yeah. Just go with your heart.
My heart is probably with Looney Tunes. I'm going to go with Looney Tunes, and I'll keep it interesting. So we have a tie. Final tiebreaker goes to Zach.
Oh, no.
Looney Tunes.
Wow, he pulled the upset on the whole tournament.
That's all, folks.
That's all, folks. Wow. He came in as an underdog and won the whole damn thing. So, based on the selections. Interesting.
A show I literally haven't watched for about 20 years.
I
haven't seen a single episode.
Yeah.
I've seen Space Jam and like Back in Action and all that.
Yeah.
So Austin, so when you saw the full list, is this what you thought was going to be put in?
I thought Looney Tunes might be like a nostalgia favorite, but looking at the overall list, like when you sent me your list and Jordan sent me his list, I said Jordan's gonna fucking blow him out of the water, and then he didn't. So it all depends on the matchups, man. It's all random, so you never know.
Was that get a couple just sneaky picks in there, you know? So
yeah, he had some sneaky good ones that he pitched well, and like stuff like Inside the Actor Studio. I did not predict going to the Elite Eight.
No, that's
too.
one that maybe I would have like I've been a little more upset if that would have won, but
I like that show a lot too, though. I like it. I would, like I said, it wasn't I was coincidentally listening.
I saw one
to
episode of that
while I
and
was
never
doing
cared to go back.
Yeah, I was listening to the Al Pacino episode. So yeah.
Why is that weird? I didn't like it.
I would say you like movies, you know. I don't know.
It's a movie show, like a movie-centric show. Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, but I don't like the guy that's interviewing. He's boring to me.
I think he asks interesting questions. Like I'd like to see on the unedited episodes where he asks all the damn questions.
It's like watching a TED talk in interview form to me. So I'm just like, ew.
I mean, it's the same as podcasting. He's literally doing a podcast essentially. That's what he's doing.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just him, talking to an actor and going through.
I like comedy. Let's watch a comedian interview celebrities.
Well, everything needs to be comedic.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's just a separate genre.
Now, see, but every other comedian has a podcast now. I think what Lipton did was unique, especially for the time.
Yeah.
I think it was.
I don't want to be like another comedian.
Every other stand-up comic has a podcast now. It's
what you like. I'm not gonna knock on it that you like it.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say I don't like it, but that's all.
Well, that's fine. Say I don't prefer it, but that's fine.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
Preference.
Yeah, I don't prefer it. Yeah,
sure. But yeah, there you go. So congratulations, Zach. You pulled the upset, despite being the underdog for the whole tournament. Good job.
Yeah,
so there you go.
That's all, folks.
Anything can happen. Yeah, I know. I probably just need to pull that, so I will.
My money was on the joy of painting. I thought that would go further. Come on.
Yeah. All right, let's wrap it up and get out of here because it is very late for me. Let's do this.
Yeah. So this was fun, guys, and yeah, I kind of like this format of people doing a versus to start, and then if you want to expand it to a 64, which I definitely will at some point. I'll wait a good 6 months to a year, maybe, but before I do that myself. But yeah, that was a good time. So. Looney Tunes. We should all go watch an episode of Looney Tunes or something because it's
okay. I'll go and get the old videotapes. I don't have VCR anymore though.
Yeah, right. But
I'll just go to YouTube.
But if you want to, or or at least Zach can do it. But yeah, we'll just do some plugs and that'll do it. So we'll go to Brian. Where can we find you?
You can find me popping up here. I'll be on Tuesday for the mystery tournament, which should be a good one. I'll be on Redcom this Sunday with JPO and Jordan for the best comedies of all time for the Redcom. Lights on Trivia, I appear there in multiplex. I'm for a match on Monday. Lights on Trivia. I believe I'm going to be here Thursday for the Seed Her tournament.
Yeah, we'll be doing that Thursday. So yeah, we're doing it early. We'll go at 8 so they can still do Lonely Marks, you know. Yeah, but yeah, sounds good. JPO, what do you have going on?
Well, yes, hello there. When I'm not popping up on this channel, you can find me over at the Pierce Go. We do some shenanigans over there, like movie trivia and whatnot. Then find me over at the Pierce Wrestling channel. We do some wrestling shenanigans over there, like trivia and whatnot. And then, of course, all over the place, Only Marks on Thursdays right here on this channel. Why We Love Horror, Multiplex, Battleground, Your Mother's House, and more. Thank you. But not
you're on Tom Segura's podcast?
Yeah, right. That's what I was going to say.
That's what it sounds like.
Your mom's house, yeah. But cool. And Zach, what do you have going on?
You can mainly find me on Letterboxd and YouTube at MovieFanZ, but also appearing on this channel and the Pierce Co. and Multiplex and Lights Out. Just competing in a lot of different places. So,
yeah, cool. Sounds good. Richie, where can we find you?
You find me here. I think the next one I'll be on is the mystery tournament on Tuesday, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Tuesday, I'll be also in the Lights Out tournament at some point. Versing, and Jeff Snyder will be on that one. So look, I'm looking forward to going at some point. I also do Lights Out. Lonely Marks. This coming week where we're going to be watching doing a retro review of Clash Champions featuring the classic match between Sting and Ric Flair, and just checking out the undercard of that because I haven't actually watched the whole show before. I just watched that match, so it should be fun. And then just talking all the news of the past week in wrestling. Leading up to WrestleMania 40. I got a Full Metal sort of outside of tournament match. I'm not sure exactly where it fits in, but I'm versing Dan Scapellin at some point. I'm just going to schedule it. I show up on Why We Love Horror and a lot of other jazz as well. So JPO's channel a lot. Doing stuff, and what are you playing, JP? Are you playing Fortnite?
Maybe.
You're playing Fortnite, and you can see watch JPO and stream and contribute to tournament fights, and also beating 14-year-olds on Fortnite.
Yeah. Second.
Yeah. We'll give people a pass because we do long shows. If our shows weren't 3+ hours, I'd be like, get off.
I don't mind it.
If I wasn't running the stream and counting the votes, I might be playing video games also. To be honest, but I've got responsibilities as a co-host. So
I don't care.
Yeah, it is what it is.
But Austin, what do you have?
So I believe Jordan, me, and you tomorrow afternoon, once I get off of work at some point, late afternoon, we'll be spinning that wheel for the mystery tournament on Tuesday, so we'll be doing that live, so you can see what might be on there if you want to check it out. So set the notification bell, and you'll see when we go live, and you can watch along. And then tomorrow night, I think Jacob might actually be doing a trivia triathlon tomorrow night.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
he's going to
be spinning a wheel because he got a lot of interest. He got
a lot of people signing up, so he's going to spin a wheel to see who does that.
People he hangs out with on Thursday should get carte blanche.
It might be a Lonely Marks episode. We'll see. We'll do that, and then right after that, because we're doing that at 9, probably around 10ish. Myself and Wolfman will be going live on Mega Movie Z, his channel, doing a drink along game to Leprechaun Back to the Hood for St. Patrick's Day. So you can possibly watch me do trivia maybe, and then go get drunk. So there you go.
Yeah, and I'll be watching / listening to all that while I'm working late on Saturday. 'Cause I'm gonna work late, but I'll tune into that other.
He's gonna run home real quick for an hour and jump on with me, and we'll spin the wheel, and he can go back out and work.
Yep. Yeah, I'll do that. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I gotta take advantage because for whatever reason, these delivery things, people order at night. They like to order dinner. They like to get like late night snacks.
Yeah, that's all
that stuff.
normal.
Yeah.
It's usually when people eat food. Yes. So
yeah, because like during the day it's slow, so I gotta like take advantage of those nights. And so
you get hungry after a long day. You gotta eat.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. Yeah, but yeah. As far as this channel goes, let's see. You can follow us on the social media, the MovieGo2121, or at Jordan83616. I'm a little more active, and then also I'll try to be a little more diligent about the polls for the shows, and I'll get one up in the next day or two for this episode. Yeah, and I mean, not like we're gonna make a huge difference, anyways. But I mean, this shows people love Looney Tunes, so. What are they doing with that Coyote movie? It's something stupid.
Yeah, I want to watch it. Put it out.
Yeah, same here.
God, at least put it on your damn streaming service for people to watch.
My thing that really hurts me is that like you're fucking over all the people that worked hard on that shit.
All the animators, all the people that did that shit,
actors,
everything.
Editors.
Just for a tax break, which I don't know how much they get for their tax break.
And I think
it makes me not trust your studio.
Right.
I also heard like Will Forte actually like watched the movie, and he said he doesn't understand why it's not going forward so far.
Yeah,
I think. Well, and actually, some of the directors who have deals with Warner Brothers are threatening to drop out if they actually don't put out the movie because, why would a director or any film crew trust your studio if you work hard for let's say a year or whatever on a movie and they don't put it out? Like they're saying like screw that. So
what would be crazy is if Tom Cruise dropped out of his Warner Brothers deal, that would make a difference, But
I think some studio heads are just completely just don't know what they're doing. They got no self awareness. There's that, and there's this. We can talk a bit. There's a story about Sony not happening with Dakota Johnson not taking responsibility for Madame Web failing. I'm like, she wasn't
not responsible for that.
No,
she wasn't. She tried her best with what she was given.
She was the best part of a bad movie, but you can find us also in the Schmodown Friends and Family group. So the poll will be out soon, and if you have anything you want to post over there and get your some eyes on your stuff, you got a project you're working on or YouTube channel, post over there, and we'll share it out, and we'll tell people to subscribe. It's a good way to kind of network back and forth. And let's see, we have a Patreon. You go to patreon.com/moviehero. You can see our extended schedule that goes about 4 months out, and you can get first dibs on sign up for episodes. We'll have some exclusive podcasts, which we're trying to figure out the logistics around doing our favorite sketch comedy shows. It's just a lot of stuff, like work that goes into something like that. But we want to do it soon. So yeah, just like anyone who's interested in that, just start thinking of your favorite sketches from sketch comedy. It's just a good place to start and start maybe
sketches.
Yeah, start building a list. And you can send it to me whenever you think you might have it. Anyone who wants to be on that. So yeah, just let me know. But and then we also give away movie posters. We have some other podcast ideas that we're going to be putting out soon. And then let's see. So this weekend, I think a few of us are going to be on Rankum for best comedies of all time. There's 4 of us here that they're all going to be on that. So I already have my list put together for St. Patrick's Day. So yeah, I'll be trying to do something Irish. I don't know. I don't drink, but maybe I'll eat some corned beef and cabbage on screen. I always eat all these things.
Fuck that.
Yeah.
No thanks.
Well, I love corned beef.
If you like it.
The cabbage is so. You just gotta know how to cook it right. You gotta cook it in the crock
Just give me some of the green Oreos or something. I'll eat those.
Yeah. But yeah, and then let's see anything. Oh, so trivia for the Seen and Heard movie trivia. Brian mentioned the match on Thursday. He'll be in it along with Aaron J, Russell Howell and Michael Wolfman Wyndham will be doing it at 8 p.m. Eastern time on this channel right before Lonely Marks. And then we'll be looking forward to whatever I can schedule first, which will be either the next exhibition match in April or the next round of competitors. Which, if you hear your name, if you're tuning in at all, we got Dylan Randazzo, we got Nazario Montenegro, Kerry Webb, and Alec Miller will be the next on deck for their match. And then let's see just what we have for tournament fights and tier ranker, which I gotta go bring it up because they did an update to my Note app and it screwed up the way that I look up stuff, but I got it here. Let's see. We'll be we already mentioned the mystery tournament. That's Tuesday, and then so just watch about mid-afternoon for me and Austin to spin the wheel. And then let's see. On Friday, Austin we're doing his after the 128 tournament. You can see what other movies Austin really loves, and we can talk about those. Do a little tournament. Then our next actors versus will be Jack Black versus Ben Stiller. And then for Austin's birthday at the end of this month, we'll be doing a mystery movie speed tournament with a twist, which you got to tune into the episode to find out what the twist
Who
is.
wants to be on that? Anybody out here want to be on that? It'd be fun.
What is it?
My birthday speed mystery tournament. Huh?
Yeah.
You wanna be on that?
I think I am.
Anybody want to be on that? It'll be a quick show, literally, because it's all speed all the time.
Yeah, we'll make it fast. It'll be on a Friday.
It'll be
Friday,
fun.
March 29th. So
I think the last one we did last year went like an hour and 10 minutes, maybe something like that. It was quick because it was all speed all the time, so it was fun.
It's always good to do a quick one, and then I can go out and work the late night Friday.
There you
it's
go.
Big money for me. So, and then we also have the best movies from 64 great directors coming up. We have Jacob Barber's birthday tournament, which Jacob Barber and Malcolm Lay have the same birthday on April 5th. So we're going to be for Jacob tournament. We're going to be doing 64 best albums from 64 of his favorite artists. So we'll be highlighting both of those. And then Malcolm will be doing a New Zealand-based tournament that hopefully will be a little more recognizable than last year. That's what he tells us. So, and now my app decided to scroll way too far forward. Let's see. We have Austin versus Jacob for his favorite TV show, or for their favorite TV shows. So might see a couple on this list for that one. And then we're doing our Geek Character Series tournament in mid-April. So that's on the schedule. We just finished our last topic, which was best sci-fi fantasy characters. So those will be in there. And then we'll be doing our next tier ranker series will be best TV shows from 2017 until now. So we'll be getting into like way more in depth into TV stuff and going decade by decade. And then we'll be doing a mystery tier ranker for my birthday at the end of April. So if you want to see what that's like, go back and watch what we did last April, and you can see what we did for that. And then Zack Shelton will be doing his top 64. So that's
what I was going to say is, if you thought this was unique, the movies in that will also be unique. So
yeah, wait for that. Yeah, yeah, maybe some things I've never.
Make sure you pick all movies you've seen.
Yes,
yeah, right.
No, I'm just going to throw in one that I've heard of.
Yeah, throw in one you've only heard good things about. That's right.
We'll throw a twist on there. We'll throw in like Every Which Way But Loose for another monkey one or something. You know, no, we won't do that too.
MVP, like most valuable primate.
Yeah, right. but and then I'll throw in just a couple of just quick ones here. We got Austin versus Jacob for their favorite actors battle. We're gonna be doing best foreign and alternate movie titles, just all the weird foreign titles that you see out there. So that might be a quick episode. We're just voting on based on the movie titles. And then also one of the friends of the show, Maria Hammond, will be doing a top 64. So hers is coming up soon. So yeah, that's kind of what we have coming up. So yeah, this has been fun to kind of highlight some of our favorite TV shows, and maybe down the road we'll each do a 64. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, that'll do it. So for Brian Nussbaum, for Jordan Owens, for Zack Shelton, for Richie Goodacre, for Austin Pez Howell. I've been Jordan, the movie hero Anderson, and we'll see you next time.
That's all, folks.